Hello. Welcome back to Almighty Blues FC, a fan channel for all to see. अच्छा लगता है ना वापस ये रिंग से Almighty Blues FC, a fan channel for all to see. Last week we didn't get the opportunity. यार इस week और भी बोल रहा हूँ. Thanks to you all again. I know काफी दिनों तक मैं thanks बोलते रहूँगा absolutely क्योंकि it has been unreal kind of 1 week. And yes, talk about thanks. Talk MU brother. Thanks a lot for tuning in as always. Sports Talk with Mahim is back again. Great always यार Sports Talk with Mahim भाई और यार सब लोग लाइक ठोक दो और फतेह is trying to join इसलिए हम थोड़ा सा लेट हो गए. Fateh is trying to join. Hopefully he'll join. He had some audio issues. Hopefully he'll sort it and come back. Our Italian football expert in the house Fateh जिनको भी नहीं पता है please check out यार उसका link check करिए follow करिए. He is someone who knows Italian football inside out. Or talk about Italian football. We have आज Jose Mourinho और two Jose Mourinho fans यहाँ पर Ankit and Fateh are together उसके लिए because yes, it's a very important game for Jose Mourinho. Let's be honest, history will be created. First finalist in Conference League or Europa League, DavidMoyes. I don't know. Let's see. We'll talk about it as well. Aditya Rawat, big up. Mbappe agreed for 2-year contract extension. Source, please. Source बोलिए क्या है? बहुत सारे news आ रहे हैं. Every day we get some of the other news. 8744 in the house. 80 bro, how are you? Hopefully you will get in as well into the stream sometime. But yeah, always great to check out 80. His content is awesome as well. Ujjwal Gupta in the house. You are awesome, bhaiya. He says, well, you are awesome. Without you all, this content will never be there. Trust me on that. This is a fact, yeah. Let's go, Mourinho. Absolutely. But I know Leicester fans. I know Rene hai, Chris hai. A lot of Leicester, fans are there. जो subscribers है मुझे पता है. तो nothing against them, but यार the love for Mourinho is there. हाँ थोड़ा Spurs के दौरान नहीं था. इतना मैं बोलूँगा. उस दौरान तो definitely नहीं था. Rahul Trivedi in the house. Welcome. Absolutely always. Evening all. 33 for 50 likes. Let's do it. And yes, hopefully we'll get to 50 likes in the first 5 minutes of kickoff, and then we'll probably build on that. Can I join? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I thought it's probably time difference and it's a weekday for you, so you might not be free. But we'll have Fateh in the house first. AD, give me like a few minutes. I'll get you on as well. I'll just take a few inputs from Fateh to begin with. Hey, bro. How are you?
Yo, Ankit, what's up? Can you hear me?
Absolutely यार हम सोचे यार फतेह का ऑडियो चलेगा ये कैसे होगा यार आज तो इटालियन फुटबॉल काइंड ऑफ pinnacle day. What do you say?
Absolutely, man. Last Italian team standing, it's the worst competition in Europe, but this is so important.
Chelsea made a mistake by sending Tammy. यार ये हर एक स्ट्रीम में आता है to be honest, especially Chelsea fans बोलते हैं. मतलब again, I would say Tammy is doing very well for himself, and for once I think मतलब at this stage of his career, let's put it this way, Fateh आप बोलोगे. This is the stage of the career where probably he needed a Roma or he needed Jose Mourinho, someone of a father figure जो है, or he probably lost that under Tuchel. जो भी आप बोलो, he didn't kind of get along or we beat the play, whatever.
See, I think the most important thing is that Tammy Abraham doesn't have competition at Roma, which will bench him. So he's going to be playing those games. At Chelsea, you have one bad game. There are enough players who are going to bench you. And once you're on the bench, it's not a given that you're going to be back. अब हम देख रहे हैं जैसे लुकाकू के साथ हुआ है. You hit a bad patch, you're out at the very top. You're out. At Roma, he has time to develop, and I think he's a very young man. I think that deal is something that Roma can sell him back to Chelsea.
71 million, if I'm not wrong. Correct me. Bhai, Satvik, thank you, yaar. मैं पता नहीं, people who do not know, just so you know, I had the honor and the privilege to get on with Sir John Dykes. मैं तो उन्हें Sir John Dykes बुलाता हूँ, and that was fantastic. But I was kind of busy in the last few hours, so I didn't get to see this news. लेकिन Fateh and of course AD, I'll get you on as well. लेकिन quickly I have to share this before kickoff, नहीं तो I will not be able to cover this news. And this is breaking news, people. Absolutely breaking news. Satvik again, shout out यार आपको. Following speculation in media, and this is ChelseaFC.com, people, statement on behalf of Abramovich. Following speculation in media in relation to the sale of Chelsea FC, we would like to clarify the following points. Firstly, Mr. Abramovich's intention in relation to gifting the proceeds from the Chelsea sale to charity have not changed. Okay, so अभी भी बुरे नहीं बने for people out there who are assuming यार ये क्या हुआ, लोन वापस मांग रहे हो सब. Since the initial announcement, Mr. Abramovich's team has identified senior representatives from UN bodies and large global charitable organizations who have been tasked with forming a foundation and setting out a plan for its activities. Okay, so basically वो तो चल रहा है charity based, right? Mr. Abramovich has not been involved in the work, and it has been managed independently by experts with years of experience working in humanitarian organizations. Secondly, Mr. Abramovich has not asked, I repeat, has not asked for any loan to be repaid to him. Such suggestions are entirely false, as are suggestions that Mr. Abramovich increased the price of the club last minute. As part of Abramovich's objective to find a good custodian for Chelsea FC, he has, however, encouraged each bidder throughout his process to commit investing in the club, including the academy, women's, necessary development of stadium, which is huge, as well as maintaining the work of Chelsea Foundation. Wow, wow, this is something, right? I know that the approvals pending abhi bhi. Hi, and I know 1 minute to kick off. We should probably be talking about the lineups. Like this is breaking news because literally 2 hours before I was speaking to John Dykes on Sony 10-2 and David James and Terry Phelan. Fateh, quick reaction on that. Probably Abramovich doing the right thing by coming out with a statement, right?
Absolutely, man. I think more clarity at a stage like this, you need that sort of clarity. So I think Abramovich, and I think his stance has been clear right from the start. And I think that he loves Chelsea so much that he's not going to hurt this organization at all. I mean, I think what a fantastic owner. I still sort of wish that he was staying on, man. Like 2-3 bad years for Chelsea. I think they've got a squad strong enough without too much money coming in to actually survive.
हाँ मतलब सही बोला है फतेह ने. द फैक्ट बीइंग वो सिचुएशन इज नॉट इन कंट्रोल. बाय द वे किक ऑफ हो रहा है एंड वील बी काइंड ऑफ स्विचिंग ऑन बोथ द गेम. फतेह आप कौन सा देख रहे हो? मैं तो रोमा
I'm
लेस्टर.
totally Roma Leicester. This is massive, man, for Roma.
Yeah, obviously, like being an EPL fan, big time myself, I would see Frankfurt West Ham again. Frankfurt, ousted Barcelona, man. वो
Yeah,
काफी इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है. एंड विल बी गोइंग ओवर क्या सिचुएशन है इन बेस्ड ऑन द मैच, व्हाट हैज हैपेंड टिल नाउ. आई नो दैट वी वर कपल ऑफ मिनट्स लेट. Mourinho good. By the way, महाकाल आपके कमेंट्स दिखा रहे हैं यार. हमें तो पता नहीं आपको क्यों नहीं दिखा रहे. अंकित सर, love the new banners both. Yes, shout out to Talk MU. He has helped me in the banners. No two ways about it. Absolutely, Talk MU has helped me in the banners. Of course, मैंने बोला the kind of name and the kind of idea we want, but absolutely, the entire implementation has been, helped by Talk MU on these banners especially. Of course, logos तो मैं यार I have designed it myself, so I don't know if you guys want me to change the logos. आप वो भी comment करो. We'll probably do that as well. Will Hazard come back to Chelsea? Well, will he come? I don't know. अभी तो 30 million आने वाले हैं अगर जीते रियल मैड्रिड चैंपियंस लीग. क्या आज का मैच कल जैसा होगा? Well, let's hope यार. Let's hope that there is some drama. Drama is always good. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि हम रोमा फैंस हैं, जो फैंस हैं, but I would say drama is always good. Again, quickly मैं दिखाता हूँ लाइनअप. फतेह, I know we are a little late on that. लेकिन quick prediction कर लो यार पहले, उससे पहले. What is your prediction?
I want to see Roma win. But knowing Roma in Europe, oh my God, they're going to make it hard for themselves. So I think this game goes into extra time.
Okay, interesting. This game goes into extra time. So again, obviously, as you see, things are standing 1-1, Roma Leicester, and the other one is, for me, in terms of just the game, it's really interesting because what game West Ham takes to Frankfurt जीती थी 2-1. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर मैं शेयर करने वाला हूँ पहले फ्रैंकफर्ट का और वेस्ट हैम का लाइनअप क्विकली. एंड अगेन पीपल, मैं कमेंट्स पर आ रहा हूँ और सब लोग लाइक ठोक दीजिए, टेक द पोल एंड वी विल कम टू द कमेंट्स एज व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द मैच एंड रिएक्ट. Or AD, just wait for a few more minutes, bro. Quickly, here, West Ham, I don't know. For Zuma, maybe I want, but again, people start hating on me. Zuma को आप कैसे support कर सकते हो? What happened? Again, I'm talking football here, people. Purely football. ठीक है, लेकिन हाँ, Antonio, probably your X factor along with Bowen in this game.
I think I don't really know much about West Ham, Ankit. But the man for me is Kostic. He was linked with Inter Milan.
Exactly.
He was very close to coming to Inter Milan. Then last year he was linked to Lazio. He was so close to Lazio. I mean, that deal collapsed right at the end. Frankfurt decided to keep him, and what a great decision that was. I mean, he ripped into Barcelona, especially at Camp Nou. And then again, West Ham. I think he was very good in the first game. So I think that's the man that we are looking at.
Yeah. By the way, there are dogs barking at my neighbors. Okay, so I can't help it if you guys are hearing it. I'll try my best to kind of snub that. Like any. Ankit sir, do you think on the previous day strategy and tactics are beaten by mentality? हाँ, मैंने यार review video किया है proper. Yes, Claudio Ranieri in the house. Interesting. Yeah, that's true, man. He's actually at the game.
So
काफी
two
interesting.
Chelsea men in the stadium already. Mourinho
Yeah.
and Ranieri, and two legendary coaches for Chelsea.
Manta says 2-1 to Frankfurt. Frankfurt advances. भाई मतलब again Barca fans तो चाहेंगे यार at least Frankfurt to win so that they can say okay finally the team which beat us kind of won the Europa League itself. अरे penalty है I think.
No.
नहीं?
No.
Yeah, Leicester Fofana was pushed.
No way.
Are you watching on TV?
Yeah.
अरे भाई he was holding him, man. 100 Smalling has done
That's Italian defending. Come on, you can't punish an Italian defender for that.
Bro, come on, man. And you know that I would want Mourinho to win, but the fact is like, अरे भाई, don't tell me VR is not looked into that. I'm shocked.
It's just
people.
Ankit is just argy-bargy, man. Like it's just a little bit of like.
See, I get that. लेकिन यार वो शुरुआत जो की थी ना, मतलब he wanted to come out. ऐसा नहीं कि यार Fofana was going back at him. Initially था, लेकिन finally he wanted to come out. लेकिन नहीं, Smalling. I am actually surprised. मेरे ख्याल से 4th minute में था ना, इसीलिए हुआ. They got basically rub of the green यार. Jose Mourinho. Lekin again, best YouTuber is here, guys. And yes, Fateh probably, let's see if he opens a YouTube channel. It'll be real fun, man. The kind of discussion he has. But absolutely, Fateh is always good. And again, I don't know if you guys have seen, the first thing which struck me, Fateh, jab channel gaya na, ki our Euros talks, man. That came to mind first thing. I need that content back, man. Again, people, please go check it out. Yeah, the Euros content that we did last summer, go and check it out. Trust me, you will love it. You will love that content. हमने transfer हमने हर एक Euros match पर हमने we have been the scout and we have done a lot of analysis and of course we had a lot of banter going. Fateh being Italian fan in the house and me Dutch fan or the Taron and we had Amaya, Kuchila, a lot of people, Mikhail. So go and check it out. Shout out to all these guys because that was the first thing मुझे लगा और हम international content करने वाले अभी वापस.
And the latest rumor, Ankit, is that Dumfries could be off to Man U.
So early?
Yeah, I mean that is they're saying because look, Inter Milan will need money, so they're saying that Man U, because a lot of clubs have been impressed with him. So and he's good defensively. So that's the incident again. I do think that we've seen penalties given for those. Like Smalling.
मतलब इसका क्या लगता है मतलब while you are kind of following the match और मैं रोमा का लाइनअप दिखाना भूल गया लेकिन दिखाता हूँ quickly. ये जो दिव्यांशु भाई बोल रहे हैं ना मतलब अंकित भाई there are reports in France and Mbappe and again पहले भी comment था about Mbappe ना तो is it because it being a World Cup year simply put that the Qataris they want no matter what आप इस साल तो रहो यार PSG में if this is true.
But Ankit, isn't that happening? हर साल कोई ना कोई new बहाना कि इस साल रह लो. I think he has to realize that
Hazard types हुआ था. Right. अरे यार free kick है. Man, Roma में as in again I'll show you the lineup first. I'll quickly show the lineup. मैं बोलते रह रहा यार. लेकिन Roma में for you, who's that one player? I know we spoke about Tammy already. लेकिन the one player who actually opens up, जो
Zaniolo. Absolutely,
Zaniolo, hat-trick लिया मतलब for me I don't know I would still say Pellegrini underplays यार. उसका ability is more.
His ability, no, I think ability-wise everybody rates Zaniolo very high, but then Pellegrini has been consistent. Zaniolo's been in and out, injuries, form. There's off-the-pitch drama with Zaniolo, his girlfriend, his mother. There's just so much scrutiny. Pellegrini is the quiet guy, the captain though. So I mean, he's taking this free kick.
Ooh! Oh man, that was close. That was close. Until almost kind of bottled that one, right?
Oh,
by number 7 कौन है? Zaniolo है क्या?
नहीं, ये Pellegrini took it.
Okay. तो आप देख ही रहे हो यहाँ पर लाइनअप है. Number 7 is Pellegrini, yes. Okay. So yeah, then again in terms of what will change, Smalling with a header, nahi above. Fofana, man, from मतलब again Leicester fan, sorry. For me, Fofana, मैंने actually live आज बोला था TV पे Pau Torres. If we are able to get a left-sided centre back as Chelsea, as Chelsea fan, and we get Fofana, I think we are sorted, man. मतलब, how do you rate Fofana? And even like any other centre back, Mancini. What about Mancini, man?
No, man. Mancini has been making so many errors. He has regressed. They say that the thing is that you look good in the Atalanta system because the Atalanta system is not based on defense. So you have to go forward. It's a very attacking system. Mancini at Roma has not been good. They've required the sort of the calming influence of Smalling. So absolutely
Hmm.
between
And imagine that, bhai, matlab, that is breaking news. Fateh is
yeah,
saying calming influence of Smalling, and Smalling of
because
today, not 10 years back.
yeah, because that's how bad Mancini has been. He's been inconsistent. He's been caught out of position. That even somebody like
Hmm.
Smalling, who is aged, who's not at the top of his game, Roma getting close.
Oh
Roma getting close.
man, absolutely, man. By the way, Rahul makes a comment, and purely, this has made my day. Not that my week has not already not been made by you guys, everyone watching, जो भी subscribe किए हैं to both the channels. And talking about both the channels quickly here, I think it's my first live stream after I have renamed the other channel. I did a video this morning, last morning rather. लेकिन हाँ, I have renamed the other channel Almighty Sports Plus. Correct? तो उसका मतलब
Okay.
है कि you will see multiple sports there. When I say multiple sports, multiple sports के major tournaments like World Cups and things like that, we will definitely cover, like the T20 World Cup of cricket. अरे यहाँ पर एक और header. Smalling is not look. He's probably been the pivotal figure अभी तक. लेकिन having said that, so cricket तो वो था ही Almighty Blues cricket. लेकिन you will see a lot of football of that channel as well. Especially जो हम बात कर रहे थे about Euros, the World Cup content. I am planning to do more on Almighty Blues cricket. I'm hoping कि तब तक वो भी हो जाए number of hours and we get monetized there as well, so that we are able to bring content on both the channels without thinking much. ठीक है, यहाँ पर on this channel you will see more of club football as you've always been doing. ठीक है, that is a plan. And any other
Goal.
suggestions? तो यहाँ goal हो गया, man. Tammy with a header, man. This was
The Chelsea
expected,
boy.
actually.
Come
This
on.
was expected. Oh man, I think वो highest number of goals or something, man, for at his age that he's got.
In the
He's broken
Conference
the
League,
record.
he scored so many goals. He's the top scorer, I think.
Yeah, wow. As in, it was basically a great cross. I would say a great corner as well. Well, a pinpoint corner. I'm guessing it was Pellegrini. Yeah, it was probably
Yeah.
Pellegrini. And wow, what a header, man! What a header. Tammy, as in, he was again Aji Baji. It was more about him kind of holding on to the other guy, but it's totally fine. I think this one I would give to Tammy.
Nothing wrong with this goal.
100%. मैन्यू नहीं होता, यूनाइटेड बोला करो. ओके, fair enough. Man United is what we a lot of Man United fans have told me in the last couple of decades. Okay,
So
All
what do we
loan
call
from
Leeds
Milan.
United then, or Sheffield United, or there's so many United clubs, and they're on the same level as Manchester United these days. So why should we give Man U the? No, I'm just kidding, man. Man U is a legendary club.
Exactly. Gaurav is like, definitely a huge Man United fan, right?
Yeah,
I can understand sentiments. Fabricio says no agreement is there, confirmed by Mbappe's mother. Okay, ठीक है. Satvik, thank you. Satvik has been the reporter for Almighty Blues FC आज. Proper यार, Satvik, thank you, भाई. Big shout out to Satvik. Zaniolo, yes, Zaniolo. Like, share, subscribe. Hardik says 12 likes to go to 50. यार टैमी का गोल भी हो गया अब तो यार. That 50 should become 100. Let's get there absolutely. Sports talk with Mahim, I missed this, sorry. City lost, sorry about that. Sports talk with Mahim, मुझे मालूम है आप भाई अच्छा calling shot भाई. Again, like Drewsbury Hall has probably been the player of the season for Leicester City, for those watching. Follow this guy, Drewsbury Hall. He has easily been the player of the season, I would say. Consistent player रहा है, maybe the find of the season as well उनके लिए. City lost, we are the favorite to win this year, but yeah, मतलब again यार, I would say, go on to say that maybe it'll affect the Premier League as well. Like again, Fateh, someone who follows Italian football so closely, and you've seen how kind of confidence matters, especially जो इस season में भी हो रहा है. AC Milan kind of getting a shot in the arm, जो कल देखते हैं Empoli और Italy का देखते हैं क्या Inter क्या होता है. लेकिन इसमें क्या बोलते हो यार, मतलब Premier League में you think that exit of Man City would probably now affect even in the Premier League, or it's going to be the other way around, knowing Pep?
It can. Why not? Because that game doesn't just take away physically from Man City. It takes mentally so much away from you. The drain that Man City must feel now. And if you are any of the teams that is playing Man City right now, like you sort of believe now that maybe there is a chink in the Man City armor. With those late goals and that hoodoo around their necks. I mean, anything can happen. So I think it can affect them. They need to bounce back straight away. They need to sort of make a statement with a victory this weekend itself. But I think.
Don't tell me it's a penalty appeal again. मैन ये लेस्टर पेनल्टी अपील ही कर रही है तब से. आई थिंक इट इज एवंस, जॉनी एवंस अगेन
No, come
हाजी
on, that
बाजी.
is just a dive.
मैनचेस्टर हैड लिंक्ड विद ओजिल. पता नहीं संकेत ये आप सात्विक का काइंड ऑफ इंस्पिरेशन से कर रहे हो सच में, लेकिन आई डोंट नो अबाउट दिस. If they get linked with Ozil now, I don't know what to say. Simply put, अच्छा pun था intended. Rajesh in the house. Ankit bhai, who you supporting Roma and Frankfurt matches? Well, मैं वहाँ पर West Ham को support कर रहा हूँ, if I can say so. I know Chelsea fans saying that. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That's in real. You heard our rival, London rival. लेकिन the fact that Premier League supporter हूँ यार ज़्यादा compared to Bundesliga. Simply put, और West Ham will create history. Not that Frankfurt, has been there in final many times. लेकिन हाँ. They are more kind of experienced there. So West Ham, that will be an underdog. I would love to see the underdog, and West Ham is an underdog there. यहाँ पर यार रोमा, हम दोनों ही मेरे basically heavily biased है towards Mourinho, and I have a lot of Leicester friends. Trust me, probably I'm not sure Fateh, you met Chris, Leicester Till I Die TV, Rene. We do a lot of content together, but in the past, like I've been on quizzes and stuff like that, and really love the guy. But come on, as in I have to go with Mourinho.
Ankit, I mean, seeing Ancelotti make the final again, like Ancelotti had a very good reign as the Chelsea manager. He won a double, and people had written Ancelotti off, just as people have written Jose Mourinho off. And I tell you not, I kid you not, if he can win this tournament, I think Jose Mourinho will be due one big job again. His career can be resurrected if he can win this.
Check out the season that there is going on. Bhai, nice cross by the way. Yeah. Ancelotti potentially winning one of the big doubles, ठीक है?
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho winning the first ever Conference League, and maybe you never know. अगर by chance by hook or by crook he comes fourth, I don't know. वो difficult time है Serie A में. That won't happen exactly. लेकिन चलो, I think it's more like a revival of the old man. Both of us are old school. मतलब I have no two ways about it. ठीक है, तो हम दोनों तो है. हम तो बोलेंगे यार, यहाँ पर हार्दिक बहुत ही अच्छा कमेंट करते हुए. हार्दिक भाई, मुझे एक्चुअली वो स्ट्रीम करना सीखना है बस. तो आप अगर जानते हो तो प्राइवेट स्ट्रीम कर दे, सिखा दो मुझे. मैं बाबा से बात किया हूँ काफी बार. आई डू प्ले फीफा यार काफी सालों से. इनफैक्ट इफ यू सी माय एज इन नो द क्रिएटर, देयर इज अ सीरीज कॉल्ड नो द क्रिएटर ना. तो मैं पहले अपने आप को ही उसमें फीचर किया था. तो इफ यू एक्चुअली केयरफुली सी, one of the main reasons that I got into football so much, I got addicted, is when I actually went to FIFA 2000 made that, FIFA 99 in fact. अरे यार गोल होने वाला है, होना चाहिए. Striker is keeping them in the game. Trust me, I know easy save था, लेकिन still technically, as much as Roma performs bad in Europe, even Leicester battled so hard to pick up one. But I would like Smalling to win one before his former club challenges for it. Oh भाई, देखते हैं. अभी तक वो भी बहुत, I think that is also optimistic भाई. FUT shots, Man United may not even get there. There is a high possibility कि उनको वो भी नहीं मिले, Conference League भी नहीं मिले. The way they are, because हाँ West Ham अगर जीत जाए तो और that one spot will go there, and then that fifth sixth spot से नहीं होगा ना. If one of these teams actually win it, तो West Ham पर निर्भर है बहुत. हाँ, हमारे यार काफी दिन हो गए क्रिकेट के बारे में बात किए हुए. हम will come back. That was one of the reasons I have renamed the channel, so that people don't think यार वापस cricket football फिर वापस cricket कैसे करोगे. So I'm kind of renamed it. Let's see, and hopefully people are understanding that.
Will you cover all sports, like?
मतलब जितना मैं कवर कर सकता हूँ. मैं पहले तो I used to follow a lot of F1 and stuff also, like when I was kind of in school, college and stuff like that. लेकिन अभी तो यार I don't get the time, honestly speaking. तो मैं
if ever there is a rugby or some of that,
World Cup, why not, man? Let's do it, man. Maybe
rugby,
like finals and stuff like that, at least,
Yeah, I'm a big fan of rugby, so you let me know any sport.
अरे Alan Borders cricket, क्या याद दिला दिया भाई. That Alan, have you played that? Man,
I played Alan Borders cricket, and was that the one जिसमें Richie Benoit की commentary थी? Which one was that?
हाँ, वही था.
Oh my God.
नहीं, sorry, Richie Benoit का था वो Cricket 98.
Cricket 98, I think.
हाँ, Cricket 98.
Alan Borders was before that. Cricket 95 था.
Alan Borders was before that. 96 में आया था वो.
That was the first game I played, actually. I still remember that. Like, oh
my
God.
Dave OP हो जाए यार, everyone. Dave, I don't know if people know the game Dave. Everyone who kind of started with games probably started with that. Contra, then we had obviously Alan Borders. As in, those are the days, man. I had the time, put it that way.
I mean, I think being a kid and having a PC at that stage, and just playing games. I mean, I remember my first FIFA, like FIFA 99. I remember playing the demo of FIFA 98. It was just a match between England and the FIFA 98 had the whole World Cup. They had all 200 countries.
Actually 98 is the one, exactly. मैं बार 98 ही था ना, obviously मतलब मुझे copyright नहीं आ जाए इसलिए वो लोग right about now basically that was FIFA 98. Yeah, right about now the music that was FIFA 98. I remember now. FIFA 98 was the one.
FIFA 98 was
Beckham.
Blur 2.
Okay. So basically one of those is what I was addicted to. Okay, I'm hoping we have got to 50 likes and we'll get it to 100 as well. Brendan Rodgers, Mourinho winning. Yeah, मतलब वही है, apprentice against the master. Why? Nice cross, man. Nice through balls. Yeah, Roma is playing good football. Mod बना दो. Rodrigo Nazario. Rodrigo in the house, first of all. बहुत ही umda performance. Rodrigo. Yesterday, brilliant performance. But Rodrigo, because आप change किए हो अपना नाम, please DM me who are you, or I would like to see this to continue for the next few streams, और फिर mod बना देंगे, क्यों नहीं? Your name is shown Almighty Sports Plus instead of Almighty. हाँ, मैं जानबूझ के किया भाई, मैं जानबूझ के, so people should get to know that now there is Almighty Blues FC and Almighty Sports Plus. So, people inquisitive or check kare, that was the idea why I have named on screen Almighty Sports Plus. Pep's reaction shows everything. I feel for him. Honestly, I feel for him. What camp are you on? Do you think it was really a mistake?
No, I mean, look, I think any coach would have made those substitutions with the way the game was going. It wasn't as if Real were just dominating them or any of that. So I think 9 out of 10 times, those moves work. But it's just that it's just not happening. And every year that pressure sort of builds up. So every year you have to second guess yourself. Like last year in the final, he sort of changed stuff to play Chelsea. It backfires. Now he's taken De Bruyne and Mahrez off. Oh, well, it's backfired. So it will keep building up. But at the same time, I think 9 out of 10 times he does those substitutions when he's 1-0 up with 90 minutes gone. He's already closing that game out and winning it. So, I mean, it's that one sort of game that happens. And that's what Champions League, I think, is about, and that's what Real Madrid, the club, are about.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head. Something that हमें सीखना चाहिए, our clubs. Inter Milan. By the way, Fateh is an Inter Milan fan. That's why I was talking about Inter Empoli quickly, जो होने वाला है आज रात को.
Oh my God! Oh yeah, it's Friday night. Oh my God! Yeah, like massive. I just hope we can take it to the last day, man. I mean, we've blown it this time, Ankit. Like really, it was in our hands.
No, don't say that.
No man, come on.
AC Milan are masters of blowing it. हम लोग masters है यार. AC Milan are masters of blowing it. So don't.
No. AC Milan, come on, 7 Champions Leagues. How can you say you are the masters of blowing it?
In the recent decade, मतलब आप देखो ना, Champions League में देख लो ना, in the group stage.
But very young team, like first time out. I think next year we'll probably get a better feel of AC Milan. I think they were too young this year.
Yeah, Tammy in England. Again, hats off to him. Huge Tammy fan, huge Chelsea Academy fan. आप जानते हो यार, I don't even need to say it. I am again England kind of, maybe something like third team hoti. That is my third team in international football, if you can say so, because of English Premier League. मैं देखता हूँ, for me Tammy नहीं.
So are you if suppose Netherlands is out, are you going to be on the it's coming home train in December? Oh my God!
I've always been like that. मैं international football में थोड़ा plastic fan हूँ ना मैं. थोड़ा है.
अच्छा.
लेकिन इस बार Canada है मेरी. By the way, we didn't cover that. West Ham have got a red card. भाई मैं comments में पीछे हूँ, कोई बोला भी नहीं मुझे पहले. West Ham have actually got a red card and Frankfurt advantage big time. Cresswell again. 2 minutes पहले हुआ ये बात. And big up यार Predator XHD in the house. People do check out यार Predator XHD. सब लोग जो भी देख रहे हैं Predator XHD. This guy was literally, with me along जो भी battle I was facing for the last 72, to 8 years. That was Predator XHD. I know a lot of content creators and everyone who's watching and Fateh as well. Lekin Predator XHD literally हर एक घंटे he was there with me.
Like big up to Prasanna Balakrishnan. He sort of brought it to my notice. I was like, what's happened? And then, like I told you, like having haters, having controversies, Ankit, means you've made it. And just look, you are now on TV and John Dykes has told you that, like you're making it. So, I mean, I think these are good things.
That made my day, man. That statement. That made my day.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, like these are the good things.
So the thing is, okay, so जो भी आप देख रहे हैं ना, मतलब वो सोच रहा है यार अंकित कैसे John Dykes का response कैसे आ रहा है and all that. So मतलब मैं झूठ नहीं बोल रहा, just not because I was on Sony 10 to today. It was not only because of that. if people have really followed my tweets, आप देखो, मैं tweet delete नहीं किया हूँ, go check out, just see कि मैंने कितने tweets किए होंगे जॉन डाइक्स के लिए. और it is not because कि मैं आना चाहता हूँ ऐसे कुछ. The fact is, I genuinely, and when I say genuinely, I genuinely believe in world football coverage, I have not seen a better guy than John Dykes. और ये बहुत बड़ा statement है, मैं बोल रहा हूँ. Even in BT Sport and whatnot, I know like lot of other channels that I've watched, I follow everyone I look up to. Lekin John Dykes is maybe because I've grown up watching John Dykes. I don't know आप लोग देखते होंगे, especially me, Fateh, our kind of space. We had football focus with John Dykes. We had obviously Chevy Singh, the great Chevy Singh, the late Chevy Singh. He was there. Yeah. So as in Steve McMahon, lot of old guys were there who मतलब इतना banter वाला मस्त episode में शायद ही देखता था कहीं भी, and he was hosting it.
Ankit, John Dykes used to be covering cricket before he got into football and EPL 97, 98. I still remember
Jason Dacey याद है आपको?
Jason Dacey, absolutely.
Sports Center.
Absolutely.
So Jason Dacey, both of them work together.
They used to work together, and John Dykes, I still remember 99, the Cricket World Cup. It was there was that ad, that nobody in England knows what cricket is, and then John Dykes and Sidhu were the main guys for them. And yes, the winner of Conference League qualifies for the Europa League. Yeah,
bilkul.
So and John Dykes was there for cricket, and the first Champions League year, when there were 32 teams, Ankit. There was no expert commentator. There was no Jamie Reeves, and there used to be a guy, Paul Macefield. They were not there. Yes. It was only John Dykes, 10-minute segment before the Champions League games at night. And this is, I'm talking about 99-2000. There were no guests. And then slowly, they brought on one guest. So one day it would be Jamie Reeves. One day it would be Paul Macefield. And Chevy Singh was never in the Champions League. I still remember the first year or two. And then they went on to having two guests and stuff like that, So amazing times, man. 98, 99, 2000.
Exactly. And talk about amazing times. Always a good time having 8744 in the house. Oh, here is the goal, man.
Wow.
It's a goal, and it's basically, I have, by the way, switched to the other game. Frankfurt are going through. Frankfurt are going through. Again, मैं mistake नहीं करने वाला after last night especially. Almost going through. Let's put it that way. 25 minutes in, Frankfurt are 3-1 on aggregate. Easy goal. It was a cutback and right in the middle of the goal. And other game में अभी तक 1-0 है. Roma 2-1. So, AD, brother, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good right now. And apparently, I just heard that Rangers have scored again.
Wow. That is interesting. Rangers has scored as well. So Van Bronckhorst, OP man, Giovanni. As in being a Rangers guy himself, like you can feel it. Ibrox will be rocking, man. Ibrox will be rocking today. Probably, that would have been not a bad match to follow. But I think India में Fateh TV में तो telecast नहीं हो रहा वो match, right?
I think so. I think it's on
Sony 6 क्या? अरे भाई है यार.
Sony 6, yeah.
है ना, it's coming, absolutely. Yeah, man, AD, so Rangers, winning it all for you?
I don't think Rangers are going to win it. I don't think Rangers are going to win the entire tournament.
Yeah, Frankfurt, I think probably the way things are going, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Well, maybe Leipzig, because my original pick, was Leipzig, so they could. But yeah, it's going to be tough to tell.
Yeah, same here actually. I picked Leipzig as well, to be honest, after Barca were out. Lekin again, Frankfurt, they've done another, madness, man. As in, yes, exactly. 8744 has told us. Thank you for saying that. Ankit sir, मुझे लगता है जिडान के प्रोफाइल का इस जनरेशन में बस एक प्लेयर है, Milinkovic Savic. Let's hear Fateh out there because he sees a lot of Italian football. Milinkovic Savic, Zidane, I kind of disagree, Mahakal.
I think Zidane... Looks, Milinkovic Savic is a fantastic player, but very inconsistent. He's one of those players. On his day, he can be unplayable, but he's so inconsistent. I think Zidane had so much consistency going on, at least from his UA days.
But just in flair alone, में देख लो ना, आपके skills देख लो. He's great, but Zidane, man.
Yeah, no, I think Zidane was a different level.
As an absolute, we cannot compare. Maybe if आप अगर कोई say tier 1 का बोलते हैं ना, Zidane is like no tier. He's a tier of his own. इसलिए हम बोल रहे हैं कि that is how it is. Rodgers getting Dembaba vibes seeing Tammy. Interesting comment, that man. Interesting comment. Everyone remembers that Liverpool Chelsea game at Anfield. Dembaba and Gerrard slip. So I think Tammy is given that to Rogers. Great comment, man. This is probably the comment of the night till now. FT Shots, brilliant comment, I must say. But I'll ask this question to AD as well. AD, Tammy, man, what's your opinion? Like, is he the right club at the right time, or he needs something more?
Yeah, it's interesting because he's been really good for Roma. My issue is that as good as the Serie A is, I'm not sure if it's really that amazing because we know how good Lukaku was last year in Serie A.
Ooh, I am telling you, there's going to be a fight in the panel now very soon. But yeah, please carry on.
Yeah, I don't want to start a conflict here, but I mean, it's of course impressive, but I don't know how impressive that is. That's pretty much my point here that I'm trying to make. Is that
I hear you exactly, and that's one of the reasons. I think it's no secret that Italy were not there.
Ankit, in Serie A's defense, Dejan Kulusevski was a complete flop at UA, and he's tearing the EPL apart. I mean,
Yeah.
so
that's a fair point.
And
crazy
I
number
think
of assists, man.
And again with Lukaku, I keep saying it was Conte's system. Will Lukaku be this good under Simone Inzaghi? I'm not so sure because now we play a different sort of system. Conte's system was totally geared to making Lukaku the main man, to bring out his characteristics, his physicality, his countering runs. And I don't think he's going to get that anywhere. And I think somewhere Lukaku himself has to change his own game, because you can't sort of expect all the whole team to sort of revolve around you.
Fair point. By the way, Prasanna asking about Inter. Prasanna, bro, we already discussed about that. Do tune back, certainly, but always good to have Prasanna as well. And again, Prasanna, comment if you want to
about Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. I don't know, maybe AD can tell us. I remember Dick Advocaat was the coach of Rangers. Was Van Bronckhorst playing at that stage for Rangers?
Good question.
Because I remember his stint at Rangers. And
yeah, I think it was a long time. In fact, both of them were there for a long time, if I remember.
Yeah, Dick Advocaat was a very successful Rangers manager. I still remember the first
Champions
League.
Let me just check it up. I don't know, AD, would you know that? But let me just say. So Rangers, he was there from 98 to 2001. And was it only one spell? I think it was only
Dick
one
Advocaat,
spell.
I think, had two spells. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought so, but now I'm just checking it up. I'm able to see only one spell. He had only one spell at Rangers. That was 2001 is when he ended. Oh, another penalty appeal. This time it's Roma.
I don't think they'll get it.
Who's that guy, man? Mkhitaryan, is it? Anyway, let's see. People, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, right? So Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, I think, if I'm not wrong, he had played in early 2000s, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. Before he went to Barcelona.
Bang on. Fateh knows his stuff, man. That's why, Fateh, I have to create a different who am I for Fateh himself. Different level altogether. Exactly same, in fact. Tino Sal, all the 3 years, I think it was Dick Advocaat and Van Bronckhorst together.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think...
West Ham goal we missed, bro. Don't tell me.
That might be a fake goal.
Fake?
It might be. I'm not sure. Right here, I'm looking up FootMob. It doesn't say.
Nice try, man. Nice try, Sports Villa. And I got fooled. But yeah, continue, Fateh.
Yeah, so I think, Dick Advocaat, again, a manager that we don't really talk about a lot. But I think he was in charge of the Dutch team for the World Cup '94. They made a quarterfinal. And, fantastic manager, very underrated. Did very well at Rangers. I think he won the league a couple of years. And I think this was the time when Henrik Larsson was out injured. So Celtic was struggling. And yeah, Van Bronckhorst, what a legendary story. Van Bronckhorst won the league with Feyenoord. And they are playing in the Conference League. And he sort of brought Feyenoord back.
Yeah, and good call. Actually, there are as well. There have been a lot of Spalletti. I don't know. As in, what would you call Spalletti? There are a lot of managers. Maybe again old school. We have seen them being there in those moments. So they have. It's just that like Jose Mourinho. I'm sure like those saal baad mein, there will be fans, younger fans, who will probably not know what Jose Mourinho was. Man, he was. Again, I'll make a bold statement. For me, just being a neutral again, after Pep Guardiola, it is Jose Mourinho. Simply put.
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry, not Pep Guardiola. Sir Alex Ferguson and Jose Mourinho, Pep Guardiola together. That's probably my ranking in terms of the recent 20 years.
Jose Mourinho would say to that Alex Ferguson and Pep Guardiola have only been winning at one club. They've not won the Champions League at any other club. So
exactly,
so Jose Mourinho is not going to take kindly to that. He's going to say he's superior to those two. So
Correct.
Ankit,
He's like the Ronaldo of the managers, and maybe Alex
absolutely,
Ferguson is the Messi. Again, just putting
absolutely,
it out
absolutely.
there. No
Yeah,
comparison. Just both of them, got to be celebrated, and Pep as well. Pep gets a hard deal, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
8744. Would you like to share your name with the audience?
Yeah, my real name is Arpon.
Yeah, Arpon in the house, people. So again, yeah, do check it out. 8744 is a content creator, Barca fan, but he covers as in everything, literally everything. So what I know, he covers literally more than me. So please go and support 8744 and get him to 1K subs. And Fateh, let's see, as in for me, I consider Fateh as part of Almighty Blues FC itself.
Oh,
To be very
totally.
honest
Yeah,
about it. लेकिन हाँ
absolutely.
you definitely give him a follow for sure. 16 more likes, yeah, 75 likes, absolutely. And Prasanna, I had actually asked you if you're free. Do let me know, bro. You're welcome as always. It'll be good. I think it'll be good old times, man. Me for Tem
Yeah,
Prasanna
yeah, yeah.
together.
Absolutely.
Ankit Bhaiya from London. Oh, bhai, I wish I was there just for the sake that Chelsea were there, just to watch those matches. लेकिन नहीं भाई, very much I am from India. Very much I am born and bred in Bangalore, just so you know, or I kind of have a background wherein my parents are from North India. I've lived abroad, so basically I just love football. I love sports, man. Simply put, that's the bottom line. Yes, yes, thank you. 7 more to 75. Let's get to 175. I would say 4 Arsenal players. So England bias in World Cup. To always support underdog. Let's see problem Denmark or Switzerland. Okay. So World Cup. I know it's early, man, but Edie, have you done your early predictions yet?
No, it's kind of hard to do predictions because we don't even have all 32 nations. That's the issue.
Correct,
So
correct. That's the only thing. As in, we can probably as in put it out there just for the sake of luck factor, which we kind of brag about later if we get it right as content creators. We do that. Let's be honest. I do that at least. Uh, well, ये क्या हो रहा है? इमरान खान का कमिंग होम बहुत पनौती है यार. As English fan, I'm not sure if I get it, but Frankfurt versus Rangers, two underdogs, top class fan base. Yo, yes. Talk about the imagine that match, man. As in, it'll be a different level. If it's kind of happening, Frankfurt Rangers, but Leipzig,
What was the, what was the first leg score in Leipzig versus Rangers?
Leipzig. So
1-0,
this guy
1-0.
scored, no?
It was 1-0.
In Kunku.
Angelino with the last
Mm.
minute goal almost.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
correct. So that was it. But interestingly, I think now Rangers have scored two. Let me see if it's still two. Now it's become 2-1 with Tavernier. Tavernier, man, malab, again, I don't know, English fans especially. Would you say it's a bit of an overstatement saying that Tavernier needs to have English football as well, as in the national team? I know too many right backs already, but anyone on the panel or chat, please tell me what do you think would Tavernier? Tavernier, what he's done? Madness. Talk about Tammy, as in breaking the record for Roma this season. Tavernier has done that and the half for Rangers. And
Yeah,
he also, I think, if not wrong, skipper.
Yeah,
right?
the crazy part is he even takes their penalties too. I think.
Yeah, he takes the penalties. I think he captains them, and he basically scores headed goals. He's basically we were talking about Dumfries, right? Fateh, who bought
Yeah.
Dumfries just said. He's literally like Dumfries. I feel.
Oh,
I really feel that.
so maybe if we sell Dumfries, we get Tavernier from Rangers.
Ooh, that'd be a good replacement.
Yeah,
That'd be a good
actually not.
replacement.
See, I will listen to this, man. We just did a scouting session, the three of us together, and that's what the
And
brilliant about.
with Rangers, I still remember the last time they were in a UEFA Cup Europa League final. I think they lost to Zenit St. Petersburg. They beat Fiorentina in the semifinals, and that was
Wow.
I think so 2007, 2006, 7, 7, 8. I think
Yes,
you guys will have
Yeah,
to check. So
interesting.
they've
I'll
got
check it
a
up for
history
you.
of making finals. I mean, like I
Yeah.
sort of had written Rangers off, but if they're leading Rasen Ballsport Leipzig 2-0, then
But I
amazing.
think Gerard needs to get it, man. As in Gerard needs a lot of credit here. What he
Oh,
जो change किया ना,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that mentality got changed, man. The moment Gerard came there, the thing as in,
Yeah,
I
I
don't know,
think.
man.
Yeah, I think of all the Europa League teams, I don't think many of them have won the Europa League before, to my knowledge.
I think Rangers must have won the UEFA Cup. No,
Let me see.
Yeah,
Actually,
pretty sure, man. Rangers. Let me quickly check it up again. UEFA Cup, a lot of history there. But people, yes, Rahul's comment here. People who are joining late, in case you missed my post earlier in the day, I got the honor to be on Sony 10-2 live with John Dykes, with David James, with Terry Phelan. I'm still getting goosebumps, man, as I'm saying
no.
that. But that was something else. And actually, I couldn't believe I was actually bantering David James. I actually did that, people.
Thank God, because he is the king of banter these days. I mean, the
And
amount of banter
he
he's
gave
given
one
Inter
back to me.
Milan fans.
He gave one back to
I
me.
one day want to be like, I want to be there and sort of sort him out a bit. Obviously, I'll not do that, but yeah, I've been there. I think with David James once.
Oh yeah.
But
By
yeah,
the way, yes, Fateh has been there as well. I forgot that
yeah,
Fateh has been
I
there, of
think so.
course, with
Yeah, I
the
think
Manas,
Yeah,
if I remember
I
right.
just checked. Rangers, they won the European Cup, Winners' Cup,
European
Exactly.
1972.
Let me highlight it here. Exactly,
1972.
1972.
So
Uh,
Celtic and Rangers have both won the Champions League, but Rangers have, and I remember the final that they lost to Zenit Saint Petersburg. I think 2007.
Yeah, it's 2007,
Interesting.
2008, it says.
Yeah, absolutely. And they beat Fiorentina. I think it was on penalties or extra time. Great fixtures. I totally didn't see it coming. I thought it was going to be Bayern Munich versus Fiorentina, the final, and then Rangers made
Mhm.
it. So, and just imagine, Rangers were in administration. They were in the lower divisions, what, 5, 6 years ago, and to make the finals now, it's a true fairy tale story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course यार. By the way, मैं आज भी बुलाया था, to be honest, Rahul. चिराग यार, चिराग is on my speed dial. Put it that way. For people who know it, as in they know it, right? As in we have our Indian Chelsea family very much so यार. अपना 4 लोग तो definitely बनेंगे यार. बाबा, मैं, चिराग और गुरुजी. We will be there, and I think Fateh is part of the non-Chelsea gang.
Nonsense.
I
Yeah.
need someone. Fateh is the first one. इसको
Yeah.
WhatsApp करो पहले. And AD is about the time difference. Otherwise, he would have been there, and Prasanna the same, right? And then we already are rating. Don't worry. But one thing again, people who watched it, and again, I know again I was there, and I would like to say that yes, it was my honor to be there. Again, I've not gotten any feedback on that. I would love some feedback. So DM karo. I know I got feedback from John Dykes or क्या ही तो चाहिए feedback. लेकिन I would love feedback from you all. Like how was it? I know it was just a 15-minute session on TV, but absolutely brilliant. यहाँ पर lunging tackle by Mancini, is it a yellow card?
Yeah. So you talked about Mancini. I mean, it's really not worked out, that defense. And I think if Jose Mourinho wants to stay at Roma next year, he'll probably need at least two new centre backs, if not two, at least one, because
Yeah.
he has to depend on Smalling and Mancini, and they're both at times they're.
Yeah, matlab that's something that is good. AD, I would like to ask you, bro. As in again, I know Barca linked with literally everyone in the world, right, including me and you. But for Chelsea, I know, matlab, I call like maybe Pau Torres or something like someone like a Delict. We need that kind of leadership material who could play left center back as well. Like any suggestions there out of Europe? Like what is the kind of center back profile that I know Guardiola is linked to us, but what is the kind of center back that Chelsea should go for?
Chelsea, it's tough because there's
We probably need two, by the way. Minimum
yeah
at this
too.
stage.
It's so tough because there's so many like there's so many like, and nowadays I feel like defenders are so expensive. Like you're not gonna find any cheap ones, and it's hard to get like the right profile. You could maybe go for Gabriel. He's a player that plays at Leipzig.
Yeah.
You could maybe go for him. Although I'm not really sure Leipzig would sell just because they just got
So Guardiola can play left back as well. That is the best part. So in case left wing back, no, he's more like a left back / left center back, right? He played for Croatia at the Euros as well, I remember. So he played
Yeah.
a game left back against England, if I remember right.
Yeah, there's
So-
also a Frankfurt center back. I think his name is Indica. He's been I think he's like one of their best center backs. So you could maybe go for him.
Okay.
Ankit,
Hinterbugger, is that the guy you're talking about? I think he was brilliant against Barca. I remember that. I think let me see. I'm just checking out the team. Yes, yeah. Please, Fateh, please tell me.
I was talking about De Vrij, because he's got 1 year left, and Inter want him out.
Interrega. Sorry, Interrega is the one.
Oh yeah, my
Yeah,
bad.
so I think De Vrij is likely to move, and I don't think you'll have to pay.
No
a lot.
man, left center back नहीं खेल सकता है वो. He is not
Yeah,
strong in the left.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's also Skriniar.
We are not
Yeah,
selling
Skrin-
Skriniar, man. Come
Yeah.
on.
Skriniar again, he's more like a right-sided, no?
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong. मतलब
The guy that we
I-
want, the guy that we rate very highly is Bremer. He's a Brazilian, and he is so good. He's so physical. He reminds me of Lucio, the great Brazilian defender who won the
Oh,
2002 World
brilliant.
Cup. He is in that mold. So we want him, and we want De Vrij out. Like if
Pellegrini getting a shot now, man. This game is rough, man. It's going rough.
oh, absolutely. And I think Leicester
Ricardo.
have a goal in them.
They are playing the proper English way, as they say, right? And check out the atmosphere in Frankfurt, man. I'll just change back to that. Different level. भाई अगर कोई भी finals रहे ना future में Frankfurt में, they are winning that if they're reaching there. Simply put.
Yeah.
Oh, West Ham almost scored.
Dang.
It was a ping pong ball happening there, by the way, of a free kick, Gerard Bowen. But Ankit bhai, as a City fan, please suggest us how to buy mentality. I think probably this question needs to go to AD because AD Barca has changed mentality, right? What has Javi done for you?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't really say we changed. I mean, I think we changed, but I still think we need to improve a bit. But
Yeah,
I think we've been a little bit better. I'd say. I think first. I think first thing first is that you have to increase I think the training sessions. Because that's one of the things that under the old leadership of Valverde and Setien and Koeman, there was never really the training sessions weren't as much intense as before. Because I heard there was some ex-Barca players, they said Malcolm and I believe Conrad, they say the training sessions at Marseille and Zenit is actually more intense than at Barcelona, which is pretty crazy to say. And now with Javi's actually changed that. So I think for me, the training sessions are important. Obviously, I think there's going to be more stricter discipline set. I think that's also something that happened at Barca, because now there's if you are a day late to training, I think you're going to get fined or something like that. And so maybe have more regulations set at Manchester City. Maybe that could be way, but it's kind of hard, man, because like I said, it's easier. It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier said than done, So
I think
exactly.
I think
Yeah,
Ankit, it's a really loaded question because you were saying that Pep Guardiola doesn't know how to train his players. I mean, I just that just can't be it. I mean, if you're telling me that Javi knows how to sort of set up a training better than Pep Guardiola, I'm just not buying it. I'm just not buying
No,
it.
I hear you. See, again, obviously, Javi played under Pep for so many years, right? As in, again, you can argue that. But the fact that Javi was a player recently, I think AD is probably having that point. He was a player far more recently, someone who's hands on. You know what I mean? So he can probably almost do that versus the Pep. So that sometimes relates well to the players, especially young squad like Barca.
Yeah,
and they relate well.
Yeah, I've heard some people say that Pep is a really good tactician, but he's not really a good manager.
Correct. I can give you an example. At Chelsea, a lot of people might disagree. Again, chat aap boliye. The kind of football we played, again, I'm not going to the defensive setup and all that. The kind of football we played as a neutral, didn't you like seeing that Chelsea much more? Just the kind of football we played in the Lampard. That was basically an argument that Lampard used to actually be on the pitch with the players. And that is where you see a lot of Mason Mounts and stuff kind of striving at Derby. He did that. So there was an argument to that purpose. But yes, in terms of tactician, no one can be better than Pep, man. I have to give it to him. यहाँ पर एक लड़ाई होते हुए, by the way.
And no, we're not selling Bastoni. Come on, I mean.
I've highlighted that for 5 minutes and Fateh is finally chalo react kar hi dete. Lekin you know what today? No, the question when it came to me on TV, John, I think that there was a caller, if I'm not wrong, shout out to Front 3 podcast. I think it was one of them who kind of called me, right? So certainly, I thought, okay, Bastoni is one and Pau Torres is one, left center back, and Guardiola, obviously, we are linked. Lekin I think just not because Fateh is here, man, genuinely I believe Pau Torres, the kind of season that he's had, he has grown from a boy to a man. You know what I mean? So, वो एक clearly दिख रहा है. I think AD can tell, man. As in Pau Torres, don't you see a Laporte kind of a career trajectory for Pau Torres, AD?
Pau Torres, it's a good show. It's kind of on and off. I feel like he's a good center back, but I don't think he's as good as people say it is. I feel like he's I heard he's got some good games. I heard he's got some bad games, and as I said, I don't really
imagine Pau Torres at 3 the back system.
Yeah, he could be pretty solid, and there's a lot of players they play well. They play well for the mid-table teams, but when they get to a top team, they're not as effective. There's some players Jack Grealish probably comes to mind that he was amazing for Villa, but now at Manchester City he's nowhere near the same. So there's also that to take in consideration too.
Yes, by the way, it's halftime, people, and we'll go through the scores and just discuss what has been happening quickly. Some madness already in terms of the atmosphere in Frankfurt, but shout out also to Chelsea perspective. Again, every stream I say that this is basically a brother from another mother. Chelsea perspective, I think right from day one, simply put, we've been together and obviously you see a lot of content. He's been there as well. De Vrij is leaving, yes. Bremer incoming. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so before that, Fateh, let's actually quickly talk because it's closing to halftime even in Frankfurt and West Ham. So, what Roma pole position? You can see Leicester coming back. For a quick reaction to Tammy and the tactics that has gone by for the two teams.
I think Roma started very well. They were very intense. Those opening 15-20 minutes, we had them, creating those chances. Zaniolo and Pellegrini were linking up well. So I think they dominated that early exchange and deserved the goal. Since then, Leicester have come back into the game. And I think Leicester and Roma are now sitting back. And like we saw, Mancini is on a yellow. So anything can actually happen. We've had penalty, it's a physical contest. We've had those close decisions for the penalty. So and Rome is tense. I mean, it's a full house. It's I think 70 or 80,000 people there, but there is also tension, and I think Leicester are still there. Roma need that second goal. If they are, if they think they're going to hold on for a 1-0, they're going to be in for a very very long night.
Okay, interesting. AD, any comments to add there about Roma Leicester?
Yeah, I pretty much mostly agree that this is kind of like what happened the first leg because Roma, they got the early goal, and then as it feels like whenever Roma got the early goal, it feels like Leicester started to build pressure in the first leg, and they eventually got the equalizer. So I could see something like that happening in this game. Like it could very well happen. And as he said, I think Roma need to score the second goal because if they score second, I don't see Leicester scoring two. Like I just don't see it. They're just not
for me, I can see a red card in this game. I can certainly see it. It's kind of going that way.
Yeah,
so I think that might change the game. And it'll be interesting. And both the sides are going for it. Like the fact that I think you have a Schmeichel in goal in Leicester, I won't be surprised. All the banter, all the kind of sledging is coming from there as well. That's how Leicester. And for again, don't get it wrong, people. As much as Roma has been there in Europe, we've been supporting Mourinho. Leicester, for them, probably it's one of the biggest nights ever.
Yeah,
Okay,
honestly.
so only in terms of their history, I think for me, that 45 minutes, Brendan Rodgers, for once, let's see, as in if he can motivate them something, let's see. As in that halftime talk is extremely crucial for Leicester. But quickly again, I will look at the other scores as well. So as things stand, Frankfurt are 1-0, beating West Ham. Of course, Frankfurt scoring early. That was 26 minutes, Boris scoring, and he got that excellent goal against Barca, if you remember. Red card, Cresswell, that was basically the game changer. Something that you can say that West Ham have been missing in Europe this season. Something that I don't know. I think it's probably done. 3-1 Frankfurt. Fateh, do you see any change coming there? They did create a couple of chances though. Off set pieces. Bowen.
I think even if Leicester score, Frankfurt have more goals in them. That's just their style. I mean, and as West Ham chased that game, with more space opening up, we saw against Barcelona, what Kostic and the wingers can do for Frankfurt on the pace and on the break. So I think Frankfurt will score more. Probably win this 3-1 or something like that.
Yeah, I agree because because West Ham, they're going to try and go for it. That will leave them vulnerable in the counter attack. They'll be space, and like I said, I think Frankfurt's a very underrated team. I think it's a very underrated team, and of course, as I know firsthand, so it's a good team, and they definitely deserve to beat Barca 100%. So I can't lie.
Yeah, I think probably the internet was down for just a minute, up and down. So now I believe it's better. Thanks for letting me know. Pellegrini goal finished the game. Oh, Farasat is saying that. By the way, Farasat और बहुत लोग मैं देख रहा हूँ आप लोग बहुत questions किए हो. So we'll come back to the questions. I'm starting them. अभी half time है तो we just kind of analyzing and predicting what's going to happen for the second half before that kickoff starts again. Yes, again Nitesh, I'm starting a question as well. And I think we had a very good question coming from Romford. I'll probably come back as well. Rodgers have to do some changes to gain some ball control in midfield a little bit more. Interesting. But again, what changes can he make? I'll try and share the screen as well. Let me see. But quickly, before that, Rangers Leipzig, kind of surprise, man. As in 2-0, Leipzig has not. Look, they have the best attacking talent in maybe Europa League and Conference League put together, I would say. Honestly speaking, the kind of attacking talent I have been kind of putting my voice out. Nkunku is something that finally we'll have a wide forward working at Chelsea. That'll be Nkunku and Chiesa. One of them is what I've been calling for. One of them, right? Lekin Nkunku again in these games, he's shown that I don't know. Maybe the big game mentality Leipzig has kind of stifled right at this stage. Fateh, Jesse
Absolutely,
Marsh
and you know that
gone.
atmosphere at Ibro, that plays
Yeah.
such a big part. And I remember watching, I think Rangers versus I've forgotten the game that went against Braga. I think and
Oh
they made it
yes.
so physical. They still have, I think, very physical attackers. I think Morales is there.
No, Morales is
Morales
injured. He's injured.
He's
injured.
injured,
Okay.
yeah. So I mean, they have these strikers who are so physical, and I saw that game against Braga. Rangers were at it for 120 minutes. So absolutely, I think it's probably Leipzig not able to deal with that atmosphere and that pace and that intensity right now. But then you never count out Germans. If there's one sort of set of teams that are going to make comebacks, it's always the Germans. So I think watch out. I think Leipzig have a goal in them.
Yeah. Talk about goals. I think one man along with Tammy who's kind of lit these competitions is Dessers. Dessers has been brilliant for Feyenoord. I think he's again one of the
Oh
highest.
yeah.
I think Tammy's overtaken him if I'm not wrong.
What's the score
And
there?
0-0.
Feyenoord
Can you
Marseille.
believe it?
Marseille Feyenoord is 0-0.
It's 0-0. I am shocked. I'm shocked. How is it 0-0, man? The kind of talent that there is, the kind of non-defensive performers and mistakes in midfield. I am shocked that game is going 0-0. And actually, as things stand, if I'm not wrong, AD, it's Feyenoord going through, right? 3-2.
Yeah,
Wow.
Feyenoord they advance. So
I think
according
it
to
was Michael. Michael actually called Feyenoord, if I remember right. He called Feyenoord.
he
to actually
called
do it.
Feyenoord. It would be very interesting for them to make the final. And I mean, imagine we have Feyenoord and Rangers win. Like that would be kind of crazy. Like non-top 5 league teams, that would be pretty incredible.
Yeah.
It would be, and I remember the Feyenoord Dortmund UEFA Cup final. The last time Feyenoord were in a final, they won at their own stadium. They keep in Rotterdam 3-2, and I don't know whether you guys remember that game. I think John Dahl Thomason and Pierre Van Hooijdonk
Oh.
and the Japanese player Shinji Ono and the Australian Brett Emerson and I mean Zuba who was in goal. I've forgotten who was in goal, but that final team was very legendary. And so for them to be making a European final, that's their first final since 2002, I think. So that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Check out Nikhil's comment here. Again, talk about comment of the day. FUT Shorts was one of the ones मैं highlight किया था. Nikhil CR7 मैं कल बोल ही रहा था. And surprisingly, not many pundits, not many content creators में देखा था. Have not covered this. Laporte was lucky yesterday to stay on the pitch. You slap even you just touch someone. No, that is on paper a red card. He was lucky to actually stay on the pitch. Let's get it right. And yes, Rodrigo's dad, and then rest is history. Nikhil is obviously no secrets. आप देख ही रहे हो आप लोगों. He's a Real Madrid fan. Again, congrats, Nikhil. Commiserations to Man City. वो तो बोलना ही पड़ेगा वापस से. लेकिन thoughts on Dewsbury Hall, man. AD, this has been the final of the season for Leicester. Would you say I called it that Dewsbury Hall is probably the player of the season as well?
Yeah, he's I think he's pretty underrated. And yeah, he's pretty young, 23 years old, and
Exactly. He's the most consistent one out there, at least. That much I can say, certainly, right?
yeah, definitely. And I think another player that I feel like has been great for Leicester in the Europa League. I remember against Conference League. I remember he was good against PSV. I think it was Harvey Barnes. He's the one that actually came off the bench, I think, and helped them win against PSV. I think. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Fateh is going to join us in a minute, people. फतेह भाई को बुलाया करो रेगुलर बस आदमी अरे एकदम भाई अब देखिए गौरव फतेह हैज बीन probably if I have to give the frequency of the number of times that people have come on my panel, Fateh is right up there. मतलब वही है मतलब we all kind of have other things to do as well. So Fateh is busy, but and he's not an EPL supporter. और यहाँ पर like AD knows as well, I kind of have a bias towards English football because of maybe even Serie A, right? लेकिन हाँ, when it comes to Serie A, it is definitely Fateh, who is basically my Serie A person, and along with Uncle Sharma, those two people is something that I follow very closely because they know their stuff, and not just Serie A. I think international football, you can see AD a lot of times, you can see Michael talk football a lot of times. Doug is in the house, Aaron is in the house. Exactly, international football. AD, pretty sure, man, we're going to stream almost daily, man. World Cup. How excited are you?
Yeah, I don't know if I will be able to because I'll be in college that time. I'll have college, so it's going to be difficult. Yeah, if it was during the summer, I would definitely wouldn't able to, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I have to see.
Okay, this comment from Amar Reddy. एक बड़ा doubt है. Morata Madrid में बहुत अच्छा किया था 2 बार. दोनों spell. I don't know how he flops outside. So the problem in Morata, Amar, as a Chelsea fan, I can just share what happened is. Morata was never a good number one. He was not like the sole striker. He has done excellently well. Even in Madrid, if you see, at Juventus as well, right? When he did well, it was basically either as a super sub or he used to be the second striker or वो wide खेलता था, right? He actually used to play wide as a young Morata. I don't know if you remember AD in the FIFA days. FIFA 2012 was it? Yeah, he was actually a wide forward. Morata. So he used to play a different role altogether. वहाँ पर it was more like a surprise element. He used to use his pace. He used to use his low center of gravity, and of course he had that header in him that kind of made him apart. But Morata, man, as in he was strongly linked to Barca again.
Yeah, Morata. Yeah. Are you talking about Alvaro Morata?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh man. Dude, it seems like we're linked to almost like everyone nowadays. It seems like we're linked to like almost every Spanish player. Like I heard we're linked to Alonso as well, apparently. Like Azpilicueta as well. I don't know.
Alonso, by the way, has I know reports say that he is ready to go finally.
Yeah,
But again, I have kind of mixed opinion.
Yeah,
there.
I don't want Alonso at Barca, man.
Okay, so Rishabh has a great start here. If Marseille win and all the current results hold, every league will have their team in a European final. What
Wow.
a start, man! If it's true, I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
sure
man.
Rishabh आप check किए होंगे. Brilliant, brilliant one, man, Rishabh. Yeah, Chelsea perspective, big up again. Absolutely, 100 likes done. Let's get 150 likes. I would say definitely. How to stop Liverpool with defensive tactics? Is there any way? Okay. I don't know, man. For Liverpool, they have mistakes in them. I remember creating chances whenever we played them this season. It's just about us not taking those chances. It's not like they are absolutely perfect, but the kind of intensity they have and the kind of gear they go up every game is something that you need to look up to as any club this season, right? Fateh, anything to add about Liverpool generally mentality?
Absolutely. I mean, Liverpool, we were so close to beating them. Even in that first game that we lost 2-0, we conceded 2 goals of corners, 2 goals of set
Mhm.
pieces. We didn't concede a goal from open play. I know that the second leg they hit the post a lot, but we hit the post in the first leg. So uh, I just wish that, we had Barella fit. And I don't think that Liverpool are unbeatable. I think you even when you talk about intensity, I think you can go toe to toe with them and you can create those chances and take them on. And I mean that red card to Alexis changed that game so much. We had just scored 1-0 at Anfield and so much could have happened. So I mean I wouldn't, and I think Liverpool deserve to qualify. I mean they deserve to go through against us. But I mean they can be beaten. It's not as if, and again a final, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. In a final, there's a different sort of pressure. There's a different sort of mentality.
True.
Liverpool, like I saw Salah's tweets. He said, "It's we have a score to settle." Do you remember the Champions League last year? Zidane's Real Madrid knocked out Liverpool, and then in
Yes.
That was done.
2018 they won the final, and I think they were very comfortable. Real Madrid were very comfortable against Liverpool. So, you know, is there going to be pressure? I mean, there's so much to talk about in that game. I mean,
Brilliant. We will talk a lot and we'll build up to that for pretty sure. Question of panel: what are the chances of winning United winning Europa League next year? First of all, they need to get to Europa League, AD. What do you think, AD? But do they have a chance of? Should they go for a Conference League or they're better off without any Europe United? That is Manchester United.
Well, I believe as things stand, I think United will most likely get sixth. I don't believe they'll fall lower than sixth. I just find the point margin between them West Ham uh, to be too big. The issue for United though is that I just don't know, man. That I don't really feel they have the mentality. I feel like whenever it comes to big games in particular, they always find ways to underwhelm. And for United, I don't know, man. We'll have to see. I do think they have a good chance, but we have to see what teams are there because, like I said, if they face a Spanish team, man, Spanish teams. I'm sorry to say, Spanish teams own United. It's just not good. So maybe if they don't face a Spanish team, they could win it. I'll put it this way.
Mhm. By the way, coming soon is the answer. Sadiq Bhai, Fateh, all of them are kind of I think सब लोग जेनू का सब लोग मिलकर एक चैनल कर दो यार आप नॉन कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स. What do you say?
I
जो भी
just
free
love
एक
coming on this channel. So I don't have a channel, but anytime, like Ankit just has to text anytime. Like I think it's from it's love that speaks. Like I just try to make time, and yeah. So you'll always see me here. Like
Yeah.
Any
मैं
has.
आप break लिए थे ना, तो there were comments actually. You should get Fateh more. I'm like I message Fateh literally for every third stream that I do.
Oh man, always ready for you. And by the way, you being a Dutch fan and Feyenoord, their coach that time was Bert van Marwijk, the same guy who lost the final in 2010, the World Cup. And
2010, yes,
again, another
exactly.
coach that we talk about
Underrated.
again underrated.
Yeah,
There's so many.
yeah, 100.
You talked about Italian coaches, but Dutch coaches. Manchester United are going to have a Dutch coach. They've had Van Gaal, Dick Advocaat, Guus Hiddink, Van Marwijk. I mean, these are legendary names.
Correct, exactly. Or by the way, उस दिन हम Gus Hiddink का बात कर रहे थे when we kind of had that spell in Chelsea. Like even for Chelsea, like this guy was something else. And I had the pleasure, people, of on actually going to Karan Singh Magic's stream as well with Baba. That was fantastic. We did a kind of just nostalgia kind of stream. I know that the stream got taken down because of copyright. Like, that was something that we had great fun. To talk about nostalgia, maybe Fateh, we should try and do one of those streams as well. Just those old times. Fateh, any chances Lazio playing Europa League next season? Will Roma bottle 5th place? Well, quite possible. अगर जाते हैं finals में.
Absolutely. I think if Roma lose today, they can totally bottle it. But because they are concentrating on Conference League, all out. Jose Mourinho, that mentality. If you saw his press conference, he talked about how the only game that he hasn't won is the next game. And I thought that was an amazing quote. Like he said, I'm always thinking about winning the next game, and he wants to win this tournament. So they are only concentrating on this. So I think Lazio can actually totally pip them for 5th.
Okay, and by the way, shocking. थोड़ा पता नहीं injury की क्या. Leicester have made a change at halftime. So Lookman has come off and Amate is in. So obviously that means a change of formation. Amate is someone who could play. Okay, and Javi Barnes is off. Iheanacho is on. So it's not a like for like. So I'm seeing basically them playing with a couple of forwards now versus what they had. So it'll be interesting where the forwards kind of put themselves. But it's about the game getting a little bit dirty. So that's one of the reasons why Iheanacho had to come on, just to kind of get those second balls, which is good at it, and taking those shots. Fateh, where are you from? If you would like to answer this, it's up to you.
I'm from Mohali, Chandigarh.
Nitesh Meenat, okay, this is between them, I believe. Gus Hiddink, 2008 Russia. Oh, Arshavin, man. Arshavin in 2008 Euros. मैं उसी स्ट्रीम में बोल रहा था कि Arshavin जो Euro 2008 में किया था ना against Dutch team as well. Like I remember, I wanted this guy, man, at Chelsea.
Yeah.
I was like Arshavin, and plus that Russian connection and all that, right? मैं सोच रहा था आएगा Arshavin कभी ना कभी तो आएगा, लेकिन आर्सेनल गया out of all this team. गोल होने वाला है यहाँ पर 100% गोल, penalty.
No.
Yeah.
It's a very physical game. And Gus Hiddink, I think, won the Champions League with PSV Eindhoven in the 80s. 1998, that legendary Dutch team, semi-finals, penalties against Brazil. It was him. 2002, Korea. And then he came to PSV Eindhoven and he was...
Philip Cocu was the captain.
Who?
Philip Cocu was the captain.
Philip Cocu was the captain. Yeah. Barcelona's... was it Philip Cocu or was it Frank de Boer? Cocu. Oh my
was the captain at PSV when they did very well in the Champions League again.
Yeah, Champions League, absolutely. Gus Hiddink, they almost knocked out AC Milan in 2005. And what a coach, Gus Hiddink, absolutely. And I think his Chelsea team was very good. He came in late.
For first time, second time, dinosaur football, because we signed Alex Pato and all that. Not so good Alex Pato. So that was 18 more likes to 125. I hear, come on, how can that be? This number should literally reach 150. अभी सब लोग like ठोक दो यार, come on, and do give a follow to Fateh. आप देख ही रहो, काफी interesting conversations, बहुत सारा सीखने को मिलता है मुझे. And people, yes, I'm saying it, I get to learn a lot from Fateh. Trust me on that. This guy knows his stuff. मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, who am I इसलिए बुलाया नहीं Fateh को, क्योंकि he will be like, फाड़ के रख देगा who am I को.
नहीं.
अलग ही level. Like certain people, Baba, Fateh, like I really respect because knowledge hai, man. These people, and AD as well, man. By the way, AD has, if I'm not wrong, AD, you've been following Barca for this decade, right? Last decade, if I'm not wrong.
Well, actually, I've kind of followed them since like 2018 because I wasn't really into football before 2018.
Right. But as in, what was your reason to become a Barca fan, if you may want to share, apart from the Messi thing?
Yeah. Well, my main reason was basically because Messi played for Barca. That was pretty much my main reason.
I kind of guessed it, but yeah, as in okay, you're Antonio on the other game, showing some strength, by the way.
Yeah, Sherlock is right. I mean, that Roma defense is creaking.
Yeah. Do you guys think Yeah, do you guys think Feyenoord will still advance? I still think Marseille is going to go through.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, Payet, Dimitri Payet, you can always expect an unexpected goal just out of nowhere from him. So, but I'd love to
Oh
see
yeah.
Feyenoord in the final. And that's the criticism. I think at the start of the season, we all said, why is there a tournament? Conference League, who'd watch it? But just look at the stadiums. Like you said, Frankfurt Stadium is full and rocking. Olympico here in Roma, it's full, like 80,000. Feyenoord Stadium, De Coupe is going to be full. I mean, the fans are loving this. And look at the ties. I mean, they're all poised right on a knife's edge. Fantastic. I think this tournament is good.
Yeah, and also don't forget what Bodo Glimt did in this competition. What they've done has
Oh,
been incredible,
absolutely.
man.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, Jose Mourinho at that stage was so close to a sack. I mean, people were saying he's finished. He's this, he's that.
Oh
He's
wow,
cool.
what a brilliant as in first time shot for
Yeah.
Wadi, but hug deta hai. Not a good one by Wadi, man. Come on. Lekin Matata United, of course, man. And of course, knockout football semi-finals of first Conference League. I can expect, especially Leicester, जैसे मैंने बोला ना, Matata United. I think for Leicester, after that, 2015-16 season or even before that included, this has been the biggest night for them.
Yeah.
And anything is possible. I think they have that mentality. The way they won the league. I mean, like we talked about mentality and Real Madrid and something like that. So Leicester are the kind of club that when you don't expect, they'll perform something. They've won the FA Cup also, so they know how to win trophies. They know how to win these.
And they also won the Super Cup.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, not
By the
Super
way,
Cup.
I'm not
Wait,
sure
what was
which
the thing called again?
comment Amar.
It's the Community Shield. Sorry, not Super Cup.
Community Shield, yeah.
Yeah,
So
my
that's
bad.
the English,
Yeah, come
English
on,
Super
like,
Cup.
Yeah, my
it's a
bad.
charity shield. I don't call it. But yeah, I
Yeah, I
understand
mean,
Super Cup.
that's
The Spanish, league calls it the Super Cup. I know that, but again, I have my thoughts are there. But Courtois comment यार अमर मैं पता नहीं है मुझे मिल नहीं रहा है. To be honest, आप वापस कर लीजिए comment. लेकिन हाँ, again people, I try and take as many comments as possible. आप जानते हो, and Rahul has already said there that there is an option of always to prioritize comments, and that is why super chats. That is one of the reasons why super chats here. Of course, only if you can afford it. Brilliant. लेकिन हाँ, I'll try and take as many comments as possible. मतलब again, if you are getting some great questions in, of course, मैंने start किया है कुछ questions because that's off topic, but we'll get to those questions whenever we get a quick break. So we'll do that as well. लेकिन हाँ, Amar, if you can just put that comment again, it'll be great if you want to be highlighted. और यहाँ पर let me take okay. Courtois के बारे में करो बात. Okay, generally she's saying that we should talk about Courtois. Courtois was a great person who actually replaced Petr Cech, but he didn't actually do what he was supposed to do at Chelsea, what we expected. He got the baton was passed to him, and he actually misused that. If you would like to hear that part, I'm pretty sure not. But yeah, Courtois was the man of the match last night.
But what was
man,
that part? I didn't know. I didn't know that he sort of has a bad rapport with Chelsea fans. I thought he was a.
He's a snake.
Oh,
Courtois is a snake, bro.
what
I mean,
happened?
he's done wrong to many, not only clubs, even to De Bruyne and stuff. Right? And there's a proper Courtois. He pisses off a lot of fans, and especially
Oh.
Chelsea. The way like so, basically, what happened is Kepa. If you remember, why did he sign Kepa?
Yeah.
I think it was we literally had only like 48 hours or something, and when the window was open and we had to sign someone, Courtois says, "Okay, bye, I'm going."
Yeah, I heard
Oh.
I heard he left in pretty much like the last day of the transfer.
Not 36 hours, not even 48 hours. And then Kepa happened, and Chelsea were kind of obviously taken to as in on at gunpoint. We were like, okay, 76 million though, तभी देंगे Kepa को. And Kepa at the time was the next big thing in Spanish football.
Yeah, at least he did join like Arsenal or Spurs. Like that would have been really sad.
Exactly, and then the way and Claudio Ranieri getting an ovation here from the Leicester
Oh,
fans.
he has the. I totally forgot he was the manager who won with Leicester, and he's a legendary Roma coach as well. So wow, okay,
Wow.
Really special
amazing,
moment.
amazing. And I
Arey,
think football is just about emotions, like at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like,
And of course, yeah, for me, I know I am still not happy about how we bottled against Monaco in 2003-4. We literally bottled.
but that was a special team too. Monaco,
नहीं यार,
that
we bottled
team.
that match. नहीं,
But
it was
Ankit,
special.
Didier Deschamps, I mean,
I
at
agree.
that stage.
Man. Okay, listen, we beat the Invincibles.
No,
Okay,
that's
we
okay.
beat
We also beat the Invincibles that year in the Champions League, and we had sacked our coach. We won 3-0 after the first half. And yes, I think that was the moment when, Chelsea, because at that stage, Ankit, Arsenal had a great record against Chelsea. They hadn't, Ranieri, even
that
Ranieri
is the
improved it.
thing. We were
And
dominated.
Bainbridge,
They used to literally bully us.
yeah, yeah,
Arsenal used to bully us.
absolutely. And,
It was a
and
huge
that's
match
where
in
the
Chelsea's
myth of,
history.
and Ranieri won that game. And then when Mourinho came, he was very clear that he was going to absolutely go after Arsene Wenger and Arsenal. And look at where Arsenal are today. And, I think Mourinho plays a big role in bringing that club down. I mean, the manner in which he just hounded them. But again, Ranieri's, that was a good team. But Monaco, I mean, look at Didier Deschamps today. You have to sort of really respect that team. I mean, Morientes,
Again,
Roten.
no disrespect there. Of course,
Yeah,
यार वो Monaco side भी मतलब you had players at the prime at the time. Honestly
Yeah.
speaking, like those forwards of Morientes and all that, I cannot forget that. Of course, लेकिन
Yeah.
वो ये after getting that performance against the Arsenal side, हम इतना basically dominate हुआ करते थे. And the way for me, like again, that was a turning point for me as a fan. That Bainbridge goal alone, that was like
absolutely
one of the goals which I've celebrated. Like I've not celebrated such a goal, like any goal like that, the way I celebrated that. I remember I was new fan at the time comparatively 2003 में. लेकिन again Insta यार गौरव आप अगर लैपटॉप से खोलोगे ना, डिस्क्रिप्शन में सब चीज मिलेगा आपको. So please, if you can just check out the entire description, it's everything is there. Fateh's. And here, I am seeing 111 likes away. Let's get it to 150 people. Let's get the likes to 150 likes. He also managed Anzi. Okay, he did pretty well. The club was just taken over by a billionaire. Okay, that is where we. Yes, Eddie.
Yeah, it was a little bit off topic. It's not related to the competitions today, but we seen you as he's an Inter fan. Are you worried about Inter in the Serie A title race?
Yeah, I think we bottled it this year, and I'm very, very disappointed because it was there. It was there to win, and I'm so disappointed that we are losing it to AC Milan in the manner in which we are. But having said that, 3 games to go, you never know what's going to happen. Like if Milan slip up just once, one defeat, and I think we could be back in. So, but I think it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, you guys do have the easier fixtures, in my opinion.
Yeah, but then they're fighting relegation, So Cagliari, Sampdoria, they
exactly,
give it their all.
Exactly. You can't
they're
say.
Not going to, they're not going
and
to lie down.
Serie A is that, You saw the goalkeeper mistakes, in the past couple of weeks. So anything could happen.
Yeah, I would be so happy for Milan. Obviously, I know it would be really sad for you, but Milan to win something in a long time, it'd be kind of it would be great.
Yeah, I think it's one of those. And you know what? Again, people who don't know, Milan used to not be so loved. It's just that it's been so long. Milan was again against all odds. That's why, that's one of the reasons I kind of followed Milan. I saw a lot of hate coming towards Milan back in the day because they used to dominate at the time.
Yeah, Milan are the original oligarchic club. I mean, they're the first super owner who comes in, spends money, and he got those Dutch trio, Van Basten, Rijkaard, and
check out the European triumphs, man. I mean, that kind of speaks for itself. यहाँ पर question आते हुए, can Mourinho build a UEFA Champions League winner team at AS Roma? A bit too much to ask. I feel Roma के पास उतने पैसे भी नहीं है, to be honest. नहीं होने वाला. I think that's too much of an expectation. Mourinho is also kind of not having that level of tactics that he used to kind of have compared to those managers that were there in 2010. So that's the difference now. Snake is a controversial comment. Yeah, snake. Courtois snake hai. For Chelsea, he'll remain a snake. He did that to Chelsea. Again, I'm not saying that he's snake as in literally the person, but he did what as in that's why I'm calling it. उसने literally धोखा दिया है Chelsea को. Christensen को वो down the line we will call him as well. I'm pretty sure. Eddie, what do you think about Christensen, man? Happy? Okay, Eddie is probably multitasking. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
And
Christensen. I was initially kind of happy at first, but recently I've seen he's making a lot more mistakes than I'm making a lot more mistakes. So I'm not sure if I still want him.
So, acha, Amar, I have to clear this out. Okay, so people like Christensen, Courtois, especially Courtois. Okay, let's not generalize here. Courtois ना हर एक इंटरनेशनल ब्रेक में अपना मुंह खोलता था, मुंह बंद नहीं रख सकता था. Like what Lukaku did ना, I know not to that extent, लेकिन हर एक इंटरनेशनल ब्रेक में कुछ ना कुछ बोलना ही था, उसको कमेंट मारना था, और उसका कमेंट बहुत ही फ्रैंक होता है. आई डोंट नो, अगेन मैं जनरलाइज करना नहीं चाहता, बट समथिंग अबाउट बेल्जियंस एंड चेल्सी एक्सेप्ट फॉर हैजार्ड, इट्स ऑलवेज बीन दैट beat KDB, beat Courtois, beat anyone, right? Even the younger Hazard, they have got it going. Even in Musonda at times, has kind of overtold. So that is one thing. He always got that in every international break. ठीक है. तो फिर बाद में क्या हुआ? He was linked to Real Madrid. The thing about Courtois is, okay, we actually gave him. He wanted first team football as a very very young guy. Okay, we gave him. नहीं आप Atletico Madrid जाओ, आप खेलो. ठीक है, बंदा खेला. Then we had the Super Cup game. उसमें special permission. Till date, I don't remember a single person where we have given special permission for a lone player to play against us. We did that to Courtois. Okay, he played against us and he came back. And it was an untold argument. I know it's easy for us to say, by the way, nice set piece there by Leicester coming from Norway. But just to complete the story quickly, like he is someone that was given that thing. Okay, Petr Cech is in the history. Peter Bonetti, Petr Cech, that is the level of dignity that you have. He at his prime was on the bench. Courtois was given that number one spot. Courtois deserved it. But the fact that he was supposed to be a keeper for the next 5 to 10 years at least, if not more, right? That was something which was an untold agreement, right? Which he obviously didn't respect, which is fine. That is modern football. But the way he left, he left again. He said, no, I'm not going. And then he said, no. He didn't turn up for training, by the way, Amar. Then basically what happened is 48 hours before, as in Chelsea gets to know that this guy is actually accepted. Okay, and we are left in nowhere. Again, it was during the international break. He opened his mouth. So a lot of things, and what he did to KDB. So I have to say, man, he's a snake for Chelsea fans. But again, I really respect his goalkeeping. One of the top goalkeepers based on form today. And better than Mendy on today's form. But overall, I'm happy we have Mendy. I would just put it that way. I have no regrets there because of the guys. And I think my rant is done, people. अगर people out there thinking why, ये clear करना था यार. बहुत लोग मुझसे पूछे कोर्टवा का क्या प्रॉब्लम है चेल्सी के साथ, तो मैं थोड़ा explain कर दिया. I don't know if it's fair.
Can I ask a question? Are you mad that Rudiger's leaving?
Yeah, I'm mad. I know a lot of Chelsea fans are like, big deal, man. As in it'll change. No, Rudiger was our as in your AD is just as in चाबी दे दिया मुझे एक और rant जाने के लिए. लेकिन Rudiger was our left centre back. Okay, left centre back entire season. Tuchel said, okay, we have Malang Sarr. We saw what happened in the recent game. He is not dependable. Okay. Then we have Chalobah, we have Christensen. How many games have they played left centre back? The one game Aspilicueta played left centre back, वापस हक दिया. So we don't have a natural left centre back replacement. Getting a new player altogether, we should have got some left centre back पहले ही who gets basically get mentored by Rudiger. Malang Sarr is not going to be a starter left centre back. Pretty sure anyone could tell. So we don't have that left centre back, and someone who's becoming totally new. That was an indispensable position, because even more so now because of Chilwell he's coming back from injury, long-term injury. Who knows he's going to bring the same form? Who knows he's going to bring the same fitness? Touch wood, he does, Chilwell. If he doesn't, our left centre back is crucial because that's where our openings come from. He actually is one of our main creators. He starts Rudiger, right? So for me, it was essential, and of course his character, leadership, second to none. So it was bad, but I am also not extremely glad about Rudiger himself. For me, it was just an excuse about the ownership and everything. For me, he had made up his mind about going. Otherwise, he would have signed the contract, and pretty sure that he understands what parity is. He's not a 20-year-old, right? So for me, that has got to be an issue, and I'm not happy. And my second rant is done. I think I've been speaking for the last 5 minutes. I'll give it to the panel now. यहाँ पर यार राहुल भी एक quick comment ले लेते हैं. Please announce your next stream details before streamers. It always helps to plan on day. Okay. So Rahul, firstly, if it's यहाँ पर अच्छा through ball Roma का ये देख लेते हैं. Man, Fateh, Roma is still dominating. Man.
They're playing on the counter though. They're really sitting back, and I don't know whether that's trying those long balls. This was a good ball, so I'm really worried that as the game goes on, that one goal, if Leicester score one, they've got the initiative to get the second. So I mean, yeah, but peak Jose Mourinho.
Just coming out to this comment quickly, Rahul. So if the time is planned, I usually try and tell it if I'm not wrong. मैं बोल देता हूँ, लेकिन वही है, कभी-कभी क्या होता है ना, इतना बिजी चल रहा है सीजन, और भाई West Ham are creating chances. Let me tell you, they are creating chances. But absolutely, अगर time fixture तो I'll let you know. Otherwise, Rahul, again, I've asked you multiple times. I'm assuming Rahul आप नहीं हो social media में. That's perfectly fine. We can always chat when you're live, and of course, you've been really helpful as well, Rahul. Hats off to you as well. Uh, लेकिन हाँ, मैं usually publish करता हूँ on social media, usually a few hours before. So that's what I would do. लेकिन हाँ, I'll try and say it. Yeah, I understand definitely. आप plan ahead करो तो it's always better. Sometimes क्या होता है ना, like maybe like Fateh might be busy, the panel might be busy. मुझे जवाब नहीं आता है. I know मैं ऐसे भी stream कर सकता हूँ, but then the topic and the way I go about the stream is different when I have a panel versus doing a solo stream.
So
Solo
have
videos.
have Feyenoord, are Feyenoord safe right now? Is it 0-0?
This one, let me check. It's still. Well, I can't believe it, man. How is it 0-0?
Absolutely, two
Yeah,
attacking
so-
teams.
That's kind of strange.
Yeah.
Yes, Johan is happy. Thank you. Love you as well. Congratulations. Mods, please कुछ जुगाड़ करो. 2-3 बार likes hit करा सके. Thank you, bhai. That means a lot. That comment means a lot. Matata United. Certainly, that means you're liking the video that we do, and of course, it's about discussion simply put right now. And by the way, again tells me that reminder we do a lot of solo videos. AD does it himself. AD, would you like to say how much effort does a solo video take versus a stream? As in, if you please tell my viewers, it'll help me, man.
Yeah, solo video, man. It takes sometimes a while. Sometimes like when you're trying to record, you're like, I need to redo this part, and then sometimes like you realize sometimes like this happens to me personally. Sometimes my parents come in and like they interrupt, or like sometimes I get an interruption. It's like so annoying to redo, and the editing process can take a while. And obviously, it just takes a lot more out of you. Whereas you do a stream, you just stream. You don't have to do anything else. Like you just sit there and just talk.
Yeah. So that's a great point. Again, it helps. Like the intention here is आप solo videos भी देखा करो. Trust me, आप bored नहीं होंगे. I try. Fateh has probably seen a lot of them.
I've seen them. Yeah.
I try and make it a little bit entertaining. तो आप देखो definitely.
Those 15-minute things that you do that's
correct. So I have reduced it to 10 minutes. I got a lot of feedback saying that 15 minutes थोड़ा ज़्यादा लंबा है. So if you see my recent couple of months, I've done it to under 10 minutes or maximum 10 to 12 minutes, right? तो आप देखिए यार, मतलब it will really help me a lot because yes, एक होता है यार, the creator gets a lot of confidence there, and plus a lot of times you can't stream all the time, right? You just cannot. So solo videos we do because the news comes and then it comes at an odd time. आप लोग might be at work, might be at college. So we do solo videos, and you just press the bell notification icon, you get a notification.
And great comment, Nitesh. I hope that we can win a treble this season itself. That we can win the league, we can win the cup. We have a final against Juventus coming up. We won
don't remind me of the cup.
So ooh. So I mean, I'm hoping that we can end the season with 3 trophies.
And don't remind me of the cup, man. We bottled that game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Imagine we have a Chelsea versus the Inter next season of the Champions League.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
Oh, by the way, we were discussing that also. Under Ancelotti, we had that, no?
The game when Jose Mourinho was, and that's my favorite Champions League game. Like I don't. A lot of Inter fans talk about the Barcelona game. That's not as big for me. It's the game at Stamford Bridge. Just like you believed when Wayne Bridge scored that goal at Highbury in the invincible season. When I saw that performance from Jose Mourinho, he knew every Chelsea player. He knew how to sort of neutralize them. And I was amazed. We were going to Stamford Bridge and attacking. We had possession, we had chances. I was like, what is going on? Like, I've never seen Inter play like this. It was all Jose Mourinho. That was just a masterclass.
Okay, interesting one. This one actually, मुझे पता ही नहीं था. मैं अभी realize किया. Genoa has actually won just 3 games all season.
Yeah. They've just been drawing a lot of games, and it's sad because this was a Genoa cricket club, Ankit. Originally founded by Englishmen as a cricket club, and amazing. I mean, they'll go down, but then I think they'll be back soon.
Look at this. FUT Shorts is an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
By the way, how did he? Talking about Roma Leicester. By the way, Fofana gets booked here. It's becoming physical, man. This game, like in Ashley Cole, the way he was treated in Roma. Remember?
Yeah.
People, you remember?
I remember that, and he wasn't as bad at the start, but I think the legs had gone.
Yeah, but he was literally outcast, man.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I think was Ranieri the coach at that stage?
I don't think so. I don't think it was
2010, 11.
No, was it not? Okay, no, I got it wrong. But yeah, Matata United, we'll get to that. Ankit, do you get offended when your Chelsea is called oil or plastic club? Is it fair to call them oil or plastic money? Well, again, the people who kind of follow Chelsea only from 2000, maybe 2005 onwards, might the opposition that is they might think so. But again, well, I've done a lot of videos earlier as well. We have done top 5 series. Check it up. Our playlist, top 4 series that we have covered a lot of history. We have covered Who Am I May. So you'll see Chelsea were a lot more than what people actually know. So that is something which my intention about bringing that is for people to get educated because we had a lot of players who changed things at Chelsea even before Roman Abramovich. And trust me, Ruud Gullit, he's one of them who was absolutely very, very important. So I get offended by Matata United. If I'm being very honest about it, I get offended.
And Ankit, my first memory of Chelsea is the Cup Winners' Cup victory, 1-0 win over VfB Stuttgart. And, like I have some uncles and cousins who are in London, they're fans of Chelsea, and they always tell me, like Chelsea cup specialist. Like they could not win the league for many years. But when it came
to 97, 98, 2000.
Yeah.
3 years back to back almost, And by the way, Ricardo Pereira comes off. Interesting change. So Leicester possibly, they are definitely going to be changing formation on last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Leicester doing a Madrid, man. People, what do you think? Last 20 minutes. Edie, what do you think? Possible? Okay, I think Edie is multitasking. Edie, bro, as in if you're busy, it's okay, bro. We'll be discussing here. But Fateh, what do you think, man?
Definitely possible. Because Roma are just playing on the counter. They're sitting so deep. I don't know whether they have the defense to sit like this. Yes, I mean Jose Mourinho has the tactics to do it. But I mean, I don't know if this works in modern football, Ankit, anymore. Like this, sitting this far deep. But at the same time, attempts on target, Leicester have had 0 attempts on target. So I don't know, man. Like this is a very nervy game, right now.
Exactly. Quickly, I'm just kind of looking at the lineup now that is standing. Let me actually show it as well. एक बार quickly देख लेते the last 20 minutes. Okay, don't tell me. Corner है क्या? देखते हैं मतलब. Anyway, people, again, 27 of you are watching. Everyone, please do like the stream. Do check out Fateh's Instagram link. It is there. Again, आप देखोगे लैपटॉप खोलोगे तो पूरा डिस्क्रिप्शन देखोगे उसमें है. I'll try and put the links above next time around. लेकिन the fact that Fateh channel नहीं है ना, तो generally channel होता है तो मैं tag कर देता हूँ. That's easier.
This is my channel.
So that's why I kind of put his Instagram link down rather. So that's the difference. लेकिन यहाँ पर मैं quickly share करने वाला हूँ what is happening here.
Feyenoord.
Okay, so Edie, are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
Oh, you're back? Okay. Yeah, so I'm just kind of wanting to talk quickly. Now that 20 minutes are left, this is what we're looking at in terms of the lineups and the performances. So for you, as an Edie, again, talking about this game, Pellegrini, the man of the match, as per the website, and I think clearly that assist was crucial. But apart from that, anything which stood out in this game in terms of creativity for you?
I mean, like I said, Roma, they've just been more in the counterattack, and it's just really, I think it's just a set piece they pretty much capitalized upon. Leicester's they're trying the possession thing, and Roma's like defending like really well. Like both teams are defensively pretty solid,
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a chess kind of game. You're kind of like one's make a move, like you have to like one makes a mistake and you capitalize upon it. Like it's like very close, very tactical, I would say.
What about you, Fateh? What is it Leicester needs to change now, if anything, in terms of tactics?
I think they've already put on a lot of attacking players. So I think, start shooting, even if it means from distance. Start testing Rui Patricio because he's got mistakes in him too. So, I mean, Leicester, the fact that they've not even had a shot on target. Yes, well done to Roma, but they have to start taking, those shots that come in and sting Rui Patricio because he's got mistakes in him.
Oh yeah, guys. This is I got a huge update. I don't know if you guys talked about Leipzig have scored.
Oh, that could be a butterfly kind of situation in eyebrow. I don't know. Let's see.
So 2-1. That means it goes to extra time.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh man. Let's hope it doesn't go.
Nkuku, I called it, man. Nkuku. That was the guy. As in, again, won't take all the credit, but Nkuku is definitely there, man.
Yeah,
And
man.
the question about
Angelino.
oil money into Chelsea, a lot of German fans really do not like Red Bull Salzburg, primarily because of the ownership, and they call that club a plastic club. So, but then they are probably the richest club left in the Europa League. So, I'm really hoping that
You mean
Rangers,
Leipzig?
yeah,
I think you said Salzburg as well.
yeah,
They are
own
of the
both
same
of them.
family.
Oh yeah, too. Like they're both like yeah, I forgot. They're basically this very similar, basically.
Yeah, and the interesting part is that the logos, the crests are very similar, but kind of mirror images. But absolutely, Rahul, big shout out, man. Big shout
Yeah,
out to Rahul, man. Everyone here, मतलब आप देखिए dedication है. You talk about Ankit's dedication, Rahul's is even more than.
even more
Trust me
than
on
you.
that.
Yeah,
और ज़्यादा होते नहीं है. I don't usually, have those comments. Rahul gets this, man, for that. Something. I just love this kind of fact that we have people who actually put all their time apart from whatever they do, professionally or maybe educationally, on Almighty Blues FC, man. It couldn't have been meaning more to me.
Roma have
Absolutely,
problems, man. Ibanez going off
oh,
hamstring.
this guy is also not a very, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Up
I
and
mean,
down.
up and down, and they've done well tonight, and now having to, oh boy, I mean, he's putting in I think a 20-year-old now.
Yeah, यार फतेह आप गौरव का है ना रिक्वेस्ट एक्सेप्ट कर लेना इंस्टा में
Absolutely,
भेजा
absolutely,
आपको
man.
कोटवा यार कोटवा एलिसन मैं तो एलिसन बोलूंगा कंट्रोवर्शियल it's okay. Simply put, like this season Courtois in terms of performances. Yeah, let's get there, man. Let's get to 128 ho gaye, so it's good. So 150 likes definitely. How do you rate Copa Libertadores? Okay, so for me, again, the atmosphere different level altogether. Lekin because of obviously European money and then the rights and everything, standard has gone down. Fateh, would that
Yeah.
be fair to say?
In the 90s, ESPN used to show some Copa Libertadores games. I used to love the atmosphere. I grew up with a very soft spot for River Plate. And I still try and watch their games, but they don't. I wish these games were telecast on TV. I mean, I understand that the quality is not there, but the passion, and the passion is so important in football. I mean, just imagine watching Boca Juniors versus River Plate, or Estudiantes versus San Lorenzo, or the Sao Paulo derby. I mean, the clashes between these Brazilian clubs
Oh,
and
look at. Sorry, but I have just turned to the other game, man. This Frankfurt, the atmosphere is giving me goosebumps, man.
really,
Barca
yeah,
में कर दिए थे. Barca में they created that atmosphere. Imagine what they're doing there.
yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, this is interesting. By the way, Gaurav हम आएंगे and I've started a few more questions. But getting your questions, बहुत interesting questions are there. AD, I'll put this to you first. Discuss and name 3 players not named Messi and Cristiano who would be in everyone's all-time 11. So what we'll do is we'll take one name from each of the panel members. Okay? So let's take one name, only one name. Think and say. AD, up to you.
Yeah. Well, so what are we like? Are we going by what time period are we going? Like all time? Like when does that start?
From the time you started following football, because that's what you can judge.
Yeah. It's,
to be
okay.
fair, right?
So I'll go with the modern era just because it's a lot easier. From this era, I think one player you need to have a goalkeeper is Manuel Neuer. I think he's been one of the most consistent players this last decade. So goalkeeper for me at least. So
I wasn't expecting that. I'll be very honest, but left field, AD thinks left field, and that's how we kind of create content, and he's one of them as well. Brilliant choice. Neuer is a brilliant choice. I think safely, as much as आप बोलोगे David De Gea है, कोटवा की बात हो गई, Petr Cech की बात हो गई, we have spoken about Schmeichel over the days, over the previous years as well. लेकिन I think as in Neuer, he's been someone who's kind of revolutionized goalkeeping. और वो चीज is something that आप बोलोगे यार, it needs commenting as well. But Fateh, putting to you.
We've done the goalkeeper. The first name that popped up was obviously Karim Benzema, but I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to say Chiellini. I mean, I know as an Inter fan talking about a Juve guy, but come on, I mean, he's won the Euro finally. And we don't talk about defenders a lot, but I mean, Chiellini, what a legendary player he's been. And absolutely, pretty shots. Yeah, I know. Yeah, AC Milan Cricket Club. Absolutely, that's how it was back then.
I think remember San Siro being shared and all that. The initial story.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's
yeah,
part
yeah,
of it as well.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
coming to Chiellini, as in definitely, as in I get from where you're coming.
Yeah.
लेकिन वही है मतलब if you are
See,
going with
he didn't win the Champions League, but his contribution to this Juventus team making two finals. I think Chiellini is somebody that you have to talk about. I mean, and it's a dying breed. The defender. I mean, everything is about finally Leicester have a shot on target. So 79 minutes.
if you can call it a shot.
Yeah, but foreboding. But I mean, look, we talked about a goalkeeper, and Manuel Neuer is a modern goalkeeper. He's a sweeper. He comes out. There are certain mistakes that have been made now. We don't talk about defenders at all. And if you look back, and as a fan of Serie A, I mean, the time of the 90s when there were so many great defenders all over the world, and Cannavaro won the World Player of the Year. So why can't Chiellini win it for getting Euro 2020? Like why give it to Messi?
Yeah, that's a great call. That's a great call because his leadership was right there.
Yeah.
I can say that. But again, so I think again, I think the way I understood the question was like, आप जब भी football देखे हो ना, even if they are not playing actively, you can pick them. But the fact that the panel has picked two people who currently kind of are playing, I'll also go for that. So I think everyone knew my answer. My answer was waiting for Arjen Robben to get in there. The fact that he's literally retired finally, तो मैं उसको नहीं डालूंगा. तो I think interesting है. मतलब मेरे लिए
I still have a problem with the 2010 World Player of the Year not being Sneijder because he won the Champions League, the treble, and 100%. He played the pass through. Robben just needed to score that goal, and the Dutch would have been, winners in the.
गोल होने वाला है रोमा का. Looks like नहीं यार बचा लिए. So yeah, coming to me, of course, like current players who are playing and whom I've kind of watched, I kind of like really. Again, underrated. I know आप बोलोगे ये underrated नहीं है. For me, he has to be linked with every possible move every day, the big move, and he's not. KDB, man. KDB has got to get that. For me, he's getting there. I know आप बोलोगे यार why don't you get a lot of other players, Modric and stuff like that. Great players. लेकिन मैं KDB को डालूंगा. He can do everything. He can literally do everything for me.
No, but didn't you say Robben?
No, so the thing was, first, I thought we could pick anyone that we have seen. That's what I framed it. No? But the fact that both of you went for active players.
Yeah.
So maybe active player.
Chiellini is about to retire though, I think
about to retire. Kind of.
And I think Neuer is also going to be going very soon. Yeah, I mean, Arjen Robben, did he win the Champions League with Bayern? Yeah, he did.
He got the goal, man.
Goal. Yeah. Very unlucky player, considering the defeats that he's had. Very unlucky player.
Interesting question here. AD, would you like to take this question? According to, I'll just read the question for everyone. According to you all, which teams are most likely to win by a 1-0 scoreline? Abhi to Frankfurt right now, the way things are standing. But AD and Roma, of course. But AD, up to you.
I'm gonna go by currently right now. This is a tough one. Maybe Atletico Madrid.
I was expecting that. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Maybe
I have to agree. Yeah. Any other different team which comes to mind? Inter Milan? Why not?
No, I think we are very attacking these days. So
now things have changed.
Now things have changed. But if Conte was here, I would have said, yeah, definitely we can.
Oh yeah, guys.
Thank you, Gaurav.
Sorry to interrupt you. Rangers have scored.
Oh, good.
My God, 81st minute going on there, and we have a goal from Lundstram. Okay, interesting, man. Interesting. Bhai Saab, that is different. Borges, off by the way for Frankfurt. I think Frankfurt are just managing the game. DavidMoyes sent off, I believe. I kind of missed that, so that'd been interesting. But Fateh, so which club did you name? Sorry, another shot on goal.
The team likely to win 1-0.
Yeah.
It's not really happened this year for Juventus, but they have the ingredients. Although, Chiellini is retiring. Allegri was a defensive coach. We thought he would do well. It's just not happened for him.
Yeah, I think Nikhil wanted Ramos in place of Chiellini in that, and Gerard Piqué for Aditya.
Yeah.
Let's get to 150. And more than Ankit bhai, everyone who's watching the stream, you guys deserve it. It's a celebration, like we say, the channel has come back again because of you guys, so you are part of the family, definitely. And any inputs you have for the channel, please do DM me. I'm open to DMs. Of course, not open to everyone coming on the stream anymore for the time being, but you know what I mean. Iron Robin is so good. Second favorite,
Iron
yeah. Obviously, fast footed, no secrets. Who would be the first?
And you had signed him even before Jose Mourinho arrived. So it was a Ranieri signing.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
Ranieri.
yeah,
It was a
amazing.
Ranieri. In fact, Petr Cech B was Ranieri. Czech was also Ranieri. So that was very interesting. But the way he used, I think he was first. In fact, remember, पहले 5 महीनों में Robin had a scare. He had a major scare. He had
Major
a lot
scare.
of tests going on, but like he came back and he banged. Like he came, and the very first month, his debut. Listen to this, people. The debut month in the Premier League ever for a young guy, and he won the Player of the Premier League in that month. And that tells you what Iron Robin, the impact he had. And वो ये first love, क्या बोलते हैं, first time love.
I still remember how difficult it was to play Chelsea because they had Damien Duff, Arjen Robben, Mattea Kezman, Didier Drogba. I mean, Kezman was obviously a flop.
Ida Good Johnson, man, he was like wow.
Good Johnson, that's the name I was missing.
Yeah, we will do.
Who were the wingers? Was Gronkia still there? I mean, I used to love Gronkia at Ajax. Gronkia at left.
Why not Ramos? Yeah, I already covered this. Why do you think Chelsea? Who do you think Chelsea are going to sign? Yeah, Gaurav, आप Sony 10-2 का देखिए replay. आप you can see on Sony network. आप देखिए YouTube में. You will find my answer. ये question था आज की. When I was live on TV, I answered exactly this question. But yeah, Sony Sports Network देखिए. On YouTube, my video will be there, and I'll try and put up that video also. I've asked them the permission. मैं देखता हूँ मैं दोनों channels में I think it's definitely deserves to be there. But again, people who have watched it, I would love to hear some feedback about what happened. If you watched it live, if not, do watch it. Any team would be happy to play Rangers in the final apart from Celtic. Oh, interesting. Yeah, come on, Rangers. This Rangers side is not easy, man. It's really difficult.
And we sort of mock clubs that are smaller clubs like say Feyenoord or Rangers, but they've got such a stellar history. Like they have won the Champions League, and when we talk about the big boys today, PSG, Man City, there's no Champions League there in the cabinet. But Feyenoord, Rangers, Marseille, these are clubs who they've won that. And it's not easy to win it.
Set piece, important set piece. I think they're defending. I think Roma is defending, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. नहीं कुछ नहीं हुआ यार. Yeah, Leicester, I don't know, man. The second half of the season, the fact that they've not been in the league, even challenging for those European spots, in a strange way, that has not worked in their favor. क्योंकि एक होता है ना एक mindset, just like what Chelsea has become. And Tammy Abraham, man, look at his character, man. This guy is.
But Ankit, he's going off. If Leicester get a goal, it's extra time, and Roma don't have their talisman. Like, is this the mistake that Pep made yesterday and that?
Yeah, you can say that, but again, you know how Jose Mourinho is, bro. You know it. He's going to do that, right?
Yeah.
And look at Tammy. Look at the gamesmanship. He knows, okay, he knows it. अच्छा नहीं जा रहा है भाई, नहीं जा रहा.
But what Shomurodov, the guy, like Mourinho has him on the bench. So let's see. It might happen. It might not happen.
Achha, did you guys play fantasy football? So I'll get to the panelists as well. I actually, again, not bragging, but the fact is it's a proud moment. Euro 2008 fantasy mein I stood 6th in the entire world.
Wow. Do you make money of it?
So yeah, only that one moment. And of course, cricket mein bahut main kiya hu, Dream 11 and stuff like that. And I've won I wear a t-shirt of the Dream 11 ka t-shirt pehnta hu 2 baar. Lekin haan 2 baar jeeta hu to. But having said that, in terms of the Euro 2008, तो मेरे उस समय घर का जो चिमनी था, स्टव था, वो सब ना उससे जीता हुआ था. गिफ्ट हैम्पर मिला था. It's worth 20K as in Indian rupees at that time. So coming 6th in the world. So that was a small achievement. I thought, मैं बोल देता हूँ. But I was very addicted. Let's put it that way. I was really addicted. In fact, as recent as maybe a year and a half ago, I was really addicted. To fantasy football. I don't know, Eddie, do you play fantasy?
I don't think so. No, I don't.
No.
Yeah, let me ask you guys a question. So, what's been like as we are in the semifinals? What's been like the best Champions League semifinal you guys seen last decade? And
I've already done that video, bro. Just 3 days ago. But for me, as in again, no bias here. it is for me. It's simply got to be as in that Chelsea Barca game. For me, I'll put that in the last decade. No, we were down to 10 men, bro. We were down to 10 men. As in, I know that Barca team, and if you're saying that there was a better Barca team, please talk to me. That Barca team, the way we, as if negative football, haram football, whatever you want to say, we kind of did that. That goal, Ramirez, that those goosebumps. Even a neutral would say until recent times that was the story of the Champions League in the last decade. But you have to kind of give it to, I think, Barca themselves against PSG. I mean, I don't know about you, AD. What is your choice?
Yeah,
that was a quarterfinal, that was a second round, or
I mean, like best in my finals. That's what I meant. That's what I asked. So,
so PSG Barca was the quarterfinal, is it? Round of 16.
Yeah, that was quarterfinals, and there was also round of 16 too. I think.
Sorry, Liverpool Barca was.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. I gotta say, let me think. Ajax Spurs, I would say that's pretty good too.
Yeah, Ajax Spurs,
Ajax Spurs is a good shout for sure.
Yeah. What about this year's? Would you put this year's like some of the best?
The moment it happened, I said, my first statement was, I just did a video 3 days back. I'll have to do a video again. That means that yes. Answer is yes. I think it's got to be there, man. Especially I think the
really interesting semis. Trying to think some others. I guess. Trying to think some others. Yeah, maybe Roma Liverpool. That was kind of interesting. Maybe not the best one, but it was really high scoring.
Yeah, I think Roma really sort of let themselves down in the first leg there, and that's typical Roma in Europe, and that's why I so want to see them win a European trophy. I don't know whether you guys know, they've never won a European trophy. They won the Intercities Fairs Cup in the 60s. That was an invitational tournament for cities that were hosting the World Fair. So it was not even a big tournament, and the only other final they I think lost a Champions League final to Liverpool in 1984. And then they lost a UEFA Cup final to Inter Milan in 1991, I think. So, they've never been there. So I desperately want to see them there. And my best memories of the Champions League semi-finals, they're when I was a kid. So 99-2000, the first year when there were 32 teams. And it was Barcelona versus Valencia. And that was a David versus Goliath sort of game because Barcelona were expected to win. They were celebrating their 100 years. They had a special kit. And AD, I think you'll be interested. 1999, it was a big year for Barcelona. Louis van Gaal was the coach. They had beaten Chelsea in the quarterfinals.
You know what? That is a 5-1 game, right?
Yeah, 5-1 game, and Chelsea were in it. That they took it to extra time.
I gave a shout out. I gave a shout out in that video. I gave a shout out. Or trust me, people in the chat were 2-3 comments either. They were debating with me. I was like, boss, if you watch that game live, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, I mean, not live because as a kid you couldn't. Parents didn't allow me to stay up. So the next day I saw it, but you didn't have the news, so I didn't know what the score was. So I remember seeing that and being a Zola fan. And my God, what a game that was. Torre Andre Flo scored for Chelsea out of nowhere.
So that was my first year in following Champions League football. So mera thoda extra hi tha. That was my first. I used to follow a lot of international tournaments until 94, 98 and all I followed, right?
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
99-2000 was the first club football for me. Not week in, week out. But Champions League was for first. Week in, week out, then 2002 se shuru hua tha.
And people, the current generation, they talk about Messi, Ronaldo, but man, Rivaldo. I mean, UEFA had that little snippet on Instagram of Rivaldo's skills. What a player he was, and he was at Barcelona in his prime that year. And that was the Rivaldo show. So the way Valencia actually beat them, that was the first semi-final I saw. And but yeah, before that, there is a very legendary semi-final between Man U and Juventus. Ancelotti was at Juve, and it was Alex Ferguson's 99 treble-winning Man U team came back from 2-0 down.
Oh man, that was close. Madison, was it?
Yeah.
But by the way, people, the stoppage time. Everyone watching, do like the stream. Do not forget to subscribe to 8744. Good content creator, definitely. And you've seen your, Jose Mourinho, by the way, doing a Jose Mourinho thing with the referee. But yeah, a lot of questions here, people. I know that I've not taken a lot of questions, but again, we were in our own space, discussing a lot of things. और matches का quickly summary देते हैं. Last 2-3 minutes बाकी अभी. So as things stand, people, I'll just kind of summarize here for the 4 games. Frankfurt 1, West Ham 0. West Ham were down to 10 men early on with Cresswell going off, and Boré, who scored a wonderful goal against Barca, who scored a wonderful goal, now got the assist this time, and Boré with the goal, right? 1-0. So that kind of remains at 3-1. Rangers Leipzig, as AD already said, Rangers have scored another, so 3-1 on the night
That's an
and
upset.
3-2 on aggregate. So that is definitely an upset, I would say. Leipzig bottled it. I would say, comments say, but Leipzig have bottled it. I'll be as strong. I know Ibrox is easy, but Leipzig have bottled it for me. As you know, Nkunku tried his best. Marseille-Feyenoord, that's a shocking result for people who followed these clubs, especially.
Is it over?
No,
I don't think it's over. I heard all the games are like plus 5 minutes. I heard.
Yeah, so one more minute is left. Roma Leicester, obviously we are seeing it's 1-0. That's basically Roma heading to the final, the first Conference League final, with Tammy Abraham scoring a brilliant header off Pellegrini corner. And of course, doing a physical game, but overall I would say Roma kind of deserved it. Like, would it be fair that Roma has been the better team? Okay.
I think so. I think they've scored when it mattered, and defensively they've been very solid. I mean, look at Mourinho. He's on the pitch. He's that mentality, man. I mean, watching Ancelotti do it last night, and then Mourinho. I mean, this is a blast from the past that I've wanted in a long time.
I see. I'll be very honest here. I know that Roma, you can say Mkhitaryan has been missing. He's kind of had an injury, right? Hamstring. Yeah. But for me, it was not it's a great game. It's a spectacle or something like that. So, Jose Mourinho, it suited Jose Mourinho.
Yeah. It's a proper Jose Mourinho.
Roma almost
could have been some goal.
Schmeichel doing the Cedric Suarez. If you guys know what I mean, caterpillar.
Oh my God!
What is that?
If he didn't expect it, like
corner. It's a corner, man.
Oh my! Okay. Totti in the stands.
Nikhil, I'm pretty sure it is to do with their, obviously talking about Champions League great comebacks.
Yeah,
pretty sure it is a pun there. Wolfsburg. Now that West Ham won't be in Europe, will that bring down the rice price by 50% to 50? Great question. Oh, what a first time pass, man.
All right, guys. Rangers are through to the final. Leipzig's out.
Congrats, man.
Oh, Rangers are playing in this year's Europa
Roma through as well.
And Roma Rangers. Roma versus Rangers, people.
No, man. Roma versus Feyenoord.
Oh, sorry. I kind of mixed it up. Roma versus Feyenoord in the Conference League. And of course, in the other one, I believe it should be certainly, I think, Frankfurt and Rangers, right? I think it's not over there, technically. Roma playing Feyenoord. And now I think Roma firm favorites. I know Dessers is there for Feyenoord.
Yeah.
But
I'll be rooting for Feyenoord in the final.
I'll be rooting for the special one. He wins a European trophy after being mocked. Tottenham sacked him right before the final, and I don't think Jose Mourinho's ever lost a continental final. I think he won the UEFA Cup with Porto, the next season the Champions League with Porto, then Champions League with Inter, Europa League, UEFA Cup with Manchester United. So four finals played, all four of them won. I think he's going to win the fifth one as well.
Oh, you think so?
Man, I wish we had a Spurs. I wish we had a Spurs Roma final.
Oh my! And Conte and Mourinho don't see eye to eye.
Yeah, unfortunately, that can't happen. Hey, man, this
proud,
is so
right? And Mourinho is like, okay,
yeah.
Let's take a few more. Is there a stream tomorrow? Yes. So there is obviously weekend football coming through. So there will be a stream tomorrow. The time I'll confirm it, and the channel I'll confirm again. Rahul, my community post डालने वाला हूँ. I don't have a community page still on Almighty Sports Plus, which is obviously the new name for Almighty Blues Cricket. But I'll do post it here, and of course my socials as well. Kaka 2-ball jugger, insane thing. Well, again, we'll come to that. Like, just talking about the game, man. As in, again, quickly we'll just sum it up. Again, people, thanks a lot. 30 of you watching. Everyone, thok do yaar, like button. There's a thumbs up. Let's give the thumbs up. It's a drill every time. Just the press of a button. Doesn't take a buck. And go and check out AD744. That is a good channel. Trust me. Go to him, and of course Fateh ke Instagram link will be below. Give him a follow as well, otherwise you'll find him here. Just DM me, you can find Fateh. Let's talk about Roma mentality, man, quickly. AD, do you think Jose Mourinho, from the time what happened with Bodo in the group stages, Roma has looked different in terms of this tournament. The way Roma has gone about in this tournament has been different. They've just been so clinical.
Yeah, and also, guys, I just realized something. Leipzig, they scored right at the end, I think, but the goal was overturned, so it didn't count.
Oh, okay, bad.
That must be
Bad.
heartbreaking.
And we will come to that, people, for sure. But yeah, just getting back to this game, brother. What do you think quickly about Jose Mourinho instilling that mentality? Is that something that you would say, or it's an overstatement? It's just that Leicester weren't as good. Which side are you on?
Yeah.
Fateh, would you like to take that question?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, Roma, like I said, they've lost finals. They've never won a final in Europe. So the big game is yet to come. But like you mentioned, the Bodo Glimt 6-1 result, after that, I mean, the kind of criticism that Mourinho faced, I mean, people said not only is he finished, but, there's not even going to be a relegation team that's going to be finding him. So absolutely, man, he changed his team around. The fact that they played Bodo in the quarterfinals, you could see the reaction, the way the players wanted it. That hunger. I have not seen that hunger in Roma teams, and I've seen some great Roma teams, the Totti team, Spalletti and whatnot. So I've not seen that hunger, and Jose Mourinho's created that hunger. So I think definitely this was a Jose Mourinho masterclass. Over the 180 minutes, they've been sitting back. They've only played on the counter. So that's typical Jose Mourinho, but they've gotten the goals, So they've got those attacking, that trident, Pellegrini, Zaniolo, Tammy Abraham. That's so dangerous on the counter. I think that's exactly how they're going to play against Feyenoord. Feyenoord are going to have the ball, and then you're going to see Zaniolo and Tammy Abraham get the goals. So I think it's totally mentality. It's totally down to Jose Mourinho. And I don't think Leicester, they were totally shut off. They had 2 shots on target. They were from distance. So I think this was a deserved victory for AS Roma.
Okay, fair enough. And यहाँ पर we have Priyansh also. How did Rangers did this? Well, I would certainly give it to basically Broncos. Talk about mentality. Certainly, as in again, Tavernier, underrated right back, as in a leader on the pitch. He's there, and I don't know. Like let's actually look at it, because for me, I didn't call it, man. Let's be honest. Lot of as in fans that generally said that no, Leipzig is probably the team which is going to get there to the final at least after beating Atlanta the way they did. It was looking there. Lundstram probably is the surprise element, the one who got the goal, the third goal, extremely crucial in a sense. I'm going to share that performance as well, how it's been. Or yeah, everyone here, please do like the stream. Let's get this likes to 175 likes. But I'm just going to share this, and I'm going to take Fateh's opinion here. So I don't know, man. Leipzig playing Poulsen up front, Olmo and Kuku. Let's see who are the options that they had. Obviously, Haidara was not available. Tyler Adams, was an option for them. They had options, but Forsberg is probably one that could change something. Andre Silva. Are you surprised, Fateh, that Andre Silva is probably not starting this kind of game? And I know they had that one goal, but Andre Silva, I think he's not been fantastic. But yeah, वो एक number 1 striker है उनका. So in this game, have they gone negative? Do you think it's a mindset that Leipzig went with?
I think so. I think Leipzig haven't stood out this year. Like I think I came on your stream a long time ago, before I think December or something, when the draw was made, and I said Leipzig is going to be the team that probably wins this tournament. But they haven't really stood out, since in this tournament. And I think Rangers, with, like you mentioned, Van Bronckhorst, a big, a player who's played in all the big tournaments. He's won the Champions League. He's won the league with Rangers. He's won the league with Feyenoord. I think they just had that atmosphere, the intensity to their game. Leipzig probably missing there, and I think that's been the story of Leipzig season. I think were they in the Champions League, they just dropped out of the Europa League, and they've lost their coach. So it's I think a transitionary period. But yeah, I think Leipzig will be playing Champions League football next year, so not too bad. And great story, man. Like you said, Steven Gerrard, but now Van Bronckhorst, and Rangers.
I think I'll give it to the fullbacks, man. मतलब एक battlers है. They both their fullbacks. In fact, Barisic, if you remember, last season he had done a madness under Gerrard. So I think he is one to watch out for when it comes to Rangers football. And Tavernier, you've spoken enough. Lekin, people again, I just happen to check my DMs, and again my day is getting better and better. Touch wood, I just go from strength to strength with all your support. because I just got a DM from John Dykes, and I know it's a DM. I shouldn't be reading it out, but I think it's nothing like
You should.
any
You should.
private. Thanks, Ankit. Great having you on the show, and all the best with the YouTube content. Hope to have you back on the show before too long. Well,
Fantastic.
that's the best thing I could hear. But absolutely fantastic, man. And of course, Fateh also has been there. For people out there who don't know, Fateh has been there on kickoff, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
2-3
both
times,
of us will be there. Like
yeah.
people said, maybe if Chelsea Inter kind of draw one day, who knows?
Final, it
Who
would
knows?
be great. Who
Who knows?
knows?
There we have like Fateh and me and Baba, like the 2-1, and maybe Mane.
Yeah, that
But
would
it'll
be
be
amazing.
interesting. Let's cover the other match because yes, of course, Rangers are in the final. Rangers are in the finals of the Europa League. Frankfurt versus West Ham, the other semi-final. I think Fateh, it was all lost in the 19th minute with Cresswell. I know they created chances after that, लेकिन जो Cresswell का रेड कार्ड है सेकंड टाइम हो रहा है भाई 3 मैच में, तो मतलब मैं
And
देखा
then-
नहीं, मतलब anyone who watched that red card, please let me know what happened. For me,
And then DavidMoyes also getting a red card. So
Correct. Maybe
West
last
Ham
minute.
probably the occasion getting to them.
Absolutely. Priyansh is saying hit the like target, guys. Guardiola was poor. Good point, and thank you for that, Mr. Chelsea. Yes, of course. आप late हो Priyansh. हमने पूरा statement read किया. We have reacted to that as well. Let's see. I'm happy. Simply put, things are looking good. Too early to say as a Chelsea fan. मैं नजर नहीं लगाऊंगा, but things are looking better than what it was. Okay, we'll come to that for sure. Look at the 3 European finals. All teams and different countries absolutely love it. And this is what someone called it. I forget the name. They can shout out here.
Shout out.
As things
Absolutely.
stand, or things didn't change. The disappointment being for that we didn't get that excitement in the last minute that we got probably last night. Like, it's too good to be true kind of thing,
It's
right?
too good to be true. Absolutely, I think.
Finals will be good. I really feel, Frankfurt, they're their fan base, man. We have to give it to them. Their fan base has been next level. I just love their fan base. I hope that Chelsea as a fan base, could get that. Even Inter Milan to some extent. Frankfurt, jo hua hai na, it's a different level fan base. And doing that to Barca, and now beating West Ham, they beat West Ham in West Ham. Remember? So it's no fluke. Frankfurt, West Ham created a lot of chances. Lekin for me, Frankfurt has got, and they have been very defensive. If people who follow Bundesliga know that they have got that defensive vibe as well. So maybe that is what Leipzig missed. They have that. They have more errors compared to Frankfurt. But Rangers and Frankfurt, I don't know. Fateh, quick prediction there. Early prediction.
I think I'm going for the Rangers win. I mean, I know that Frankfurt have Kostic, and we want Kostic at Inter, and like we're dreaming about him. But why not, man? I mean, Rangers just 5-6 years ago, they were down in the doldrums, lower divisions, and to come back to win the league, win the Scottish League, the Scottish, I think, Cup as well, they won it, and now to be in a European final. I mean, that is the kind of story that only football can throw up. And I'd love to see them sort of lift the trophy. Like I said, I remember they lost the final to Zenit St. Petersburg, so I'd love to see them win it.
And by the way, I'm just going to Twitter, and I know my days go. I'm going bonkers, bro. Fateh, and Fateh knows, of course. N Raghav TV again. Fateh, me, Raghav, Prasanna, Vidit, we are all a gang. Just for people who kind of followed from before, right? So Raghav actually tweeted, "Great work, great platform," and obviously John Dykes has seconded that. Nothing could get better. So brilliant, man. Great, great for him. He's actually very humble from before, always been, and I also look forward to it. Absolutely. Prasanna is saying, can he join? Prasanna, bro, we are almost ending the stream, bro. We're almost ending the stream. I don't know if you're watching still, but we're almost ending the stream. So I'm not sure. I would love to have Prasanna over the weekend. I'm pretty sure on weekend he's a little bit free as well. So Prasanna would love to bring you on, and of course me, you, and Fateh, and like I said, the gang has to get together for one stream proper. वो तो करना ही है. Before ending the stream, again, people, I know some questions हम लेंगे quickly, लेकिन let me actually get a quick reaction on MarseillevsFeyenoord, because I know 0-0 था. We didn't really watch the match, to be very honest. I'd be lying if I did. लेकिन Fateh, I think Roma have it easy, or would it be too much, because Dessers versus Tammy, man. Dessers has been the forward for Feyenoord. So, Roma, if they don't win, come on, it's going to be a shock.
It is going to be a shock, but then Roma have never won in Europe. Like I keep saying, they've lost the Champions League, they've lost the UEFA Cup, and I think Feyenoord, they won the European Cup, so they've won the Champions League, they won the UEFA Cup, so that means they've won European trophies, and that does mean something. Like we saw last night, Man City, for all the money that they've spent, and they come up against a team that knows how to win those big games. So don't count out Feyenoord. But I think if there's one man who's just going to be focused on winning that trophy, it's Jose Mourinho. It's an amazing story. Nobody would have thought Roma can play a European final. You've never seen it happen, Ankit. I've never seen it happen. So, for him to do it, I think that it will be the special one who finally wins another European trophy and the first coach to win the Champions League, the UEFA Cup or the Europa League and the Conference League. So, there's a personal element for him. And I think he's going to take it. I think he's going to make winners out of this bunch of Roma.
I hope so too, man. I hope so. I know I'm a Dutch football supporter, but come on, I don't follow Dutch football clubs as much. So I'm all for Jose, man. As in, let's be honest, I'm not going to stay neutral there. And of course, Tammy, man. Tammy, kind of Tappy, as Mikhail calls him. He calls him Tappy. Juventus need to bring Zidane. Then we show both Milan. They are nothing. Well, Juventus did that, भाई. कितना domination चाहिए? I know आप Juventus supporter हो, फरासत. आप Juventus और Real Madrid supporter मुझे पता है. Ronaldo fan that you are, but यार Fateh, come on, man. It's high time that AC Milan and even Inter Milan for that matter won leagues.
No, so it's already been done 2 years. This sort of domination that Juventus had, it was unheard of in Italy, and it was a really bad time for all the other clubs. But Napoli came so close. They just bottled it right at the end under Sarri that one season, And but yeah, we did it last year, and this year Juve are not, they're not in the top 4. And look, next year it's not going to be easy for Juve as well. I mean, they're talking about buying SMS, Milenkovic-Savic. They have Vlahovic, but then they'll also need a new defender because Chiellini is going. So it's not all that easy. They'll have to spend a lot of money to get on our level, and we could be getting Dybala. So that's a big story in Italy.
Yeah, exactly. So now, can you please about Dybala position? Is he wing, cam, attacking midfielder, centre forward? Doesn't understand this position his whole career almost. Like he's an inside forward / cam, right?
Absolutely. I think in Italy we call it the trequartista. So just behind the forward.
भाई कैसे करते हो यार? मैं तो pronounce नहीं कर पाता हूँ. I wanted to go there, but I better not try.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, he's that guy, and look, I think behind the striker, but then that's the problem that we'll have. You need a proper striker in front of him, So somebody like playing in a 4-4-1-1, I think Dybala would be fantastic. But then we don't play that formation, so how is this going to work?
Okay, fair enough. What do you think about Athletic Bilbao? I hardly see any fan from Bilbao. I think internationally there are a lot of fans. They have a good fan base internationally. I know that because Bilbao have had they also have like a cult kind of following. They do have it, to be honest. They can India mein kam milte.
Yeah, because I think there is politics involved with it. They only play Basque players, So there's that legendary case of Vicente Lizarazu, who played for France but was born in the Basque, so he played for Athletic Bilbao. And absolutely, they don't welcome outside players, but it's a fantastic historical club. And Marcelo Bielsa took them to a Europa League final, was it, against Atletico Madrid? I think so. And they lost all the finals. They lost the Cup final. They lost the Europa League final. They lost all the finals that season. They could have won a double, but Bielsa
even against Real, this season mein. Lekin Haaland, honestly, it's easier said than done. I know a lot of other opposition fans are thinking, Haaland aa jayegi na, so it will kind of end everything. Like for me, it's not as easy as how people think it is. For a striker to fit, Lukaku is a prime example, bro. Lukaku is a prime. I know we are comparing Lukaku and Haaland, which isn't fair, but the kind of experience Lukaku has, you probably expect more of Lukaku than Haaland even, because he is inexperienced. Haaland has never played abroad even, apart from the 2 countries that he's played in, right? So he has to be one of those people that, you have to give him time. But again, like answer on paper is absolutely yes, Nidesh. No two ways about it. Yahan par, who is a better keeper? I already took it. Fateh Bhai is Martinez leaving Inter. I think now he's kind of committed from his performances recently. What do you say?
No, his performances are committed, and it's a World Cup year, so he doesn't really want to change a lot. But it's also a question of, does Inter need money? So if the owners say that they need money, then one big player has to be sold. and I think the one player who we probably can do without would be Lautaro Martinez. So, but I still wish that we can keep him because the World Cup's coming. His value is only going to go up. He scored a
Yeah.
very good goal at Anfield. He's very young. He's very raw. There's still a lot that he needs to work on his game. But he does seem settled and happy. But again, if Inter need money, it's either the likes of Dumfries who have to
Mhm.
go, and Dumfries and De Vrij, or it's Lautaro Martinez.
Yeah, I did mention Tavernier, but again, Tavernier is not so young, so there is a difference
Yeah.
there. So that's something to be taken care of, and we know that that is in transfers it's a huge say, right? Quickly, यहाँ पर Ankit bhai, yes, they do have a buyback. I believe 72
Oh yeah,
million.
there. I think there is.
Yeah, there is. Now that West Ham won't be in Europe, will that bring down the rice price by 50%?
I think I already
I
looked at this comment.
again, the English tax is going to be there certainly, but I feel that Rice, the hype he has, there will be a war. There will be a war, and irrespective of them not being in Europe or whatever, I feel that Rice price may not come down as much because of the fact that Rice has risen as a player, and it's not just about the hype. He has improved. He can actually carry forward the ball the way actually almost Kovacic can, and that's saying something. Trust me, that's saying something. By the way, यार 30 लोग देख रहे हैं यहाँ पर 30 लोग देख रहे हैं 30 people watching. Come on, everyone. Let's like that stream. Let's get the likes to 175. We will end that stream very soon. लेकिन हाँ, again, get in your predictions. कौन जीतने वाला है यूरोपा लीग, कौन जीतने वाला है कॉन्फ्रेंस लीग, एंड कौन सा मैनेजर should be the one who should be winning it, and वही है पोल देखते हैं, इंटरेस्टिंग है. Let's see. I'll quickly take the poll results here. 50% are going for Jose Mourinho. Out of all the managers that are kind of left, I think it's about Jose Mourinho that people are voting for. I think it's no secret that Jose Mourinho is respected a lot even today. Like despite वो एक है मतलब एक लाता है यार. There was a level of almost hatred by the opposition fans
Yeah. Yeah.
when he was there in that league, whichever league he was in. Lekin at the end of the day, he's respected, and that's something which is clear. Like, but I hope everyone has liked it. Fateh, any final thoughts?
Fantastic being here. Good stuff from AD and you. And I got my wish. I wanted Jose Mourinho to be in the final, and let's just hope that he wins it, man.
Yeah, यार ये क्या हुआ? Would you ever want to switch EPL with Serie A? नहीं यार, मतलब EPL is EPL. As much as I like Serie A, watching it back in the day.
Because Chelsea have a special connection with Serie A. Gullit,
Yeah.
Zola,
Lot of
Vialli,
them.
Ranieri,
Yeah. Di
absolutely.
Matteo.
Di Matteo. Oh, absolutely. How can you forget? Yeah.
Yeah, Priyansh is asking for Bastoni, by the way. We already discussed the Priyansh of Dekho Office stream. Imagining a final between, we already discussed it. But yeah, again, like Rahul says, let's get the likes up before ending the stream. Always helps. And yes, we'll be back. We'll be back, of course. Premier League weekend. We are going to discuss possibly even Serie A, that is going to take a twist or not. But again, people, request do press the bell notification icon. Again, not just on my channel, but the featured channels on Almighty Blues FC and of course on Almighty Sports Plus. ये नाम मुझे भी अभी तक आदत नहीं हुआ है, but I'm hoping a lot of people have given me good feedback. They have really liked Almighty Sports Plus. It's kind of self-explanatory. So again, comment करिए आपको लगता है this is not a good name. We can kind of rework on that. And I'm kind of experimenting thanks to Talk and You brother and others. I'm trying to kind of experimenting with names, the background and stuff like that. Do give me feedback. My DMs are always open. My links are in the description below. It's just Almighty Blues FC. But again, thanks Fateh. Wish you all the best for Inter.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
मतलब
Yeah.
दिल से नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, लेकिन it's something that there is, and I think with AD and Barca and me with Chelsea, I don't think there is much luck required. It's not going to work anyway this season at least. So I think we are good for now, right? As in till next time, people, take care, and yes, we will be live again. Trust me, we have 2 channels. एक जगह तो रहेंगे आज और वीडियो भी करेंगे. तो do press that bell notification icon. Take care and thanks everyone. Special shout out for the mods.